Kia ora everyone, no mai hara mai, hello and welcome to Te Whanganui-a-Tara. Sky Broadband Rapid League coming your way. First up tonight, NZNBL a little later on. Here in the capital, looking forward to it. The Saints and the Tuatara are about to do battle. It is week 13 of the 2025 season. Good crowd in here early. Love to see it for the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Justin Nelson, Natu Tofale with you. Good evening to you, mate.
Good evening and kia ora everyone. Looking forward to this contest tonight. Yeah, Saints Tuatara. You know, they've always had great battles in the past. If you look back in round one, I guess the Tuatara got iced, but
last year, yeah.
So, however, it's a good contest. Fans are in, and yeah, looking for a good one tonight.
They're going to be big, isn't it? Here's the Sky Broadband Rapid League ladder. Giants have just about sewn up top spot. Can they go back-to-back as Rapid League champions? Looking good, aren't they? The Fire, the Rams. The Saints can move up the ladder tonight. So too the Tuatara as well. As we have a look from 7 to 11. That's the way proceedings look with a few weeks to go in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Don't forget, the Rapid League doesn't continue into finals, so it ends at the end of the NZNBL home and away season. Let's have a look at the visitors tonight. The Jade Cup, Auckland Tuatara, McIntosh, Riley, Wilkie, Ledger, Barrow. Riley and Wilkie, Dylan Wilkie and Zach Riley both played really well, not only in the Sky Broadband Rapid League last week, but Thursday night against the Jets, but also in NZNBL.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, they're starting to find their role within the group, within this team. Zach Riley's been here, you know, now 4 rounds. He's getting his feet underneath him, and Dylan Wilkie has been shooting the ball real well. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing whether they can repeat that kind of form in tonight's Rapid League game.
That's how the Saints start. We saw them on screen. Here's the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head. A bit of a change for the Saints. No Caslow Evans Jr. in this game. He will be starting in the NZNBL because Isaiah Liafa is a scratch with a back injury tonight, so he is out. That's a big change for the Saints. Caslow Evans gets his chance to start, and I reckon the matchup to watch here will be Maria Dougal Meter and also Zach Riley. There are our Barter card officials, Marty Davis and Hayden Pipe. Corey Hawk, big night for Hayden Pipe as well. He will celebrate his 200th game in the NZNBL a little later this evening. That's a fair effort.
Yeah, it has. Been a great referee, great steward through the years.
All-round nice guy too. We tend to bump into each other on plane flights in and out of Wellington and always talking hoops. We're underway. It'll be the visitors, the Aucklanders, the Tuatara, starting off with possession in this one. Sky Broadband Rapid League, they come in off a big win over the Jets 2 nights ago, and they start well here.
Great high-low action off that floppy action as well, so easy hoop early for the Tuatara. High-low.
Barrow and Ledger teaming up there. Dougal Meter with his first long-range bomb. And now Riley, one to watch, so too Dylan Wilkie. What a game he played in the NZNBL. Up in Palmerston North 48 hours ago. Really special, and so too is that.
Yeah, a little bit of pinch post action there with Barrow coming off that, getting a nice mid-range jumper. Tuatara in the flow.
Tell you what will be interesting to watch in this game tonight, Natu, and that is how much slower the Saints play, because without Caslow Evans Jr. out there and the speed that he brings, you would expect things to slow down a little bit for the Saints. Here's Gold underneath, just dropped at his feet in the end, didn't it?
Yeah, Keelan Mullenweg going to the basket, just fumbled it, but great work by Gold to pick that up and finish.
So opening points of the game there for the Saints. Tuatara with a couple of baskets already. NZNBL tonight, by the way. 2nd versus 4th on the ladder. McIntosh loves a 3. Had to get that one up in a hurry. And here's Asan Munier. He's done some good things this season, this youngster. Stepping back around Ledger, it was tough. Couldn't get it to go. Riley now. Match up with Pilcher. That'll be a tough one. Riley, back of the iron. Gold had it, lost it. Saints come up with it. Just testing each other out at the moment, aren't they? Although another turnover there for the Saints. They've had a couple of those early.
Yeah, great hands from Riley. Good pitch.
Here's Wilkie for three. How many did we see him drop the other night?
Yeah, he's finishing off where he left off last 2 nights ago. So he's still got that rhythm, still got that flow with his jumper. Great find by Zach Riley.
Played some big minutes against the Jets. Did Dylan Wilkie, and just answering straight back, Doodle Meter.
Nice little handoff jumper in the corner there.
So Saints stay in touch. 90 seconds to play in the opening quarter here. Barrow again, good setup between the two Tuatara bigs.
And I like to see that because Legia's starting to handle the ball as a big. So seeing him handle the ball coming down the floor allows their guards to get the spots on the open on the wings. So good work from Josh Legia.
Of course, Sky Broadband Rapid League, 4x4-minute quarters. The only players on the court, those coming off the bench in the Sal's NBL later tonight.
Nice three from Keelan Mangalongo. Great shot there.
Really good basket. Caslow Evans Jr. just saw him there on the sidelines. He gets the start tonight for the Saints. If you're just joining us, Isaiah Liafa won't be playing in the Sal's NBL this evening. Well, Chris McIntosh has been doing that for years.
Yeah, nice lift out of the corner. Good find again from Zach Riley. He's finding people at the moment.
One of the best 3x3 players in New Zealand as well, Chris McIntosh. Oh, big three, Hassan Munier. Did not hesitate, the young man.
It's good to see the young man with confidence just step into his shot.
So a nice tight battle early. Some good points flowing at both ends. Riley,
great pass,
slipped it into Nick Barrow.
Great pass, great vision.
I reckon he's already got 3 or 4 dimes.
Yeah,
Zach Riley. We'll have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats in just a moment, and Riley pulling up the play there with a foul. He's on at least 3 assists, Zach Riley.
Yeah.
He had about 6 in the Sal's NBL against the Jets on Thursday night, including a couple off the baseline.
Yeah, he's got a real good feel. He's got great vision. He can see the floor really well. He knows where his bigs are. He attacks the basket, makes good reads off his drive. So, yeah, Zach Riley's finding some form.
So that'll do us after 1 tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. It is certainly rapid. There's no doubt about that. This innovative world-first competition that has been here in New Zealand for a couple of years now, and we're seeing a lot of young players, men and women, advancing their game quickly. Speaking of advancing, you might want to quickly advance on this special. That is available until next Tuesday. It's the one that we love every time it comes up with thanks to Sal's. Any large pizza, 25% off. It's a ripper.
Oh, that's good, man. They look so good. We could do with one now.
Could do with one now, actually. Just having a look around the stadium. I know Sal's do a little bit here with the Saints as well, as they do up and down the country with all teams. We'll keep an eye out for that. And I reckon customary practice, it means this one's coming up. There you go. FIBA starter with thanks to Sky Broadband, $50 a month for the first 12 months. Get on to skybroadband.co.nz. Hook up, switch today, do what you've got to do, and enjoy fantastic fibre with thanks to Sky Broadband. First quarter, good contest, 3 points in at Tuatara lead. What did you make of it, Natu?
Yeah, they're punching there, trying to get advantage, both teams. I think the Tuatara, actually their offense is running a lot more smoother than the Saints at the moment. But however, these young fellas from the Saints, they're aggressive. They're going to give it a shot.
Both teams have made a couple of changes. Ioane is in for the Tuatara. Heke is in for the Saints, and there he is.
Great isolation there. Heke had the advantage over McIntosh, an easy find and great basket.
He's the player that's come in for...
Steal there from Luca Richards. Great pass.
Did really well in the end, didn't he? And finishing off, Mangalogo. So good work there for the Saints back-to-back. Just getting back to Heke, he has come in to this team tonight for the absent Isaiah Liafa.
McIntosh.
Oh, Barrow just juggled that in the end, and that's his distance.
That's his range. That's home for him.
You're not going to see him beyond that point, Nick Barrow, and he doesn't miss too many of those, even when he is juggling the possession.
Zoom action. Nice pass, good finish from Luca Richards. Hey, great zoom action there, and Gold getting to the basket. Nice dish off to Luca Richards.
I think what was really good about Sam Gold there is just his footwork as well. Quick thinking. Red hot start to this second quarter from both teams. 17-16 the Saints.
There's a piece there. Hickey got a block there. Casey missed that.
And a turnover back the other way. Here is young Casey Ioane. He's got some family in the crowd tonight. They'll be happy to see that. Yeah. Puts it down. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse for the bonus. This young man, Casey Ioane, is a Wellingtonian. This is hometown for him.
Yeah.
He's attending school up in Auckland, and the Tuatara were quick to snap up Ioane, I should say. And this is home territory, though. This is his turf.
Yeah. Well, he's from the Hutt Valley. His dad's out in the Hutt Valley. So, you know, great to see the confidence in the young man when he got blocked. Previous play, come down, be aggressive, get to the rim. Good, nice finish.
I've got a bit of a whisper coming into tonight that the Ioane family and friends are here en masse tonight to see young Casey, so they'll be very happy with that. Here's Richards.
Into the head tap action.
Pilcher slips through. Mounier has already drained a big three, sends it down to his big centre, Luca Richards, battling away with Ledger, steps around, and really good finish.
Richards. Yeah, good footwork, good head and shoulder fake. Finishing with that right hand nice and high. Good play.
So 19 apiece. Heading towards halftime in the Sky Broadband Rapid League tonight. Head down, stepping
nice
through. Ioane.
Great step through from Ioane.
So 5 quick points for him.
Yeah, really like his confidence. He's not afraid to take it to the basket. And so is Hassan, the nerve for the Saints. He did exactly the same thing. So.
And a couple of real youngsters as well. Ioane only 17. Oh,
Wilkie.
Big three for Dylan Wilkie. And celebrating his 200th tonight, Hayden Pipe, Barnacle official, has just come a cropper down on the baseline. There he goes, picks himself up, putting the signs back in place. He'll be glad we didn't capture that here on Sky Sport. I think he tripped over his own feet in the end. Back up and going now. High scoring game. Tuatara put 45 away on the Jets on Thursday. And that'll be a foul. Looked like an extra step there. Certainly the Tuatara wanted the travel call. Wouldn't mind seeing that again. Looked a little awkward, but the points are good. Sorry, it's going to be 2 shots, is it?
Yeah, foul called on Casey Ioane.
Here is Tyrell Cage Heke at the Chemist Warehouse stripe. We're used to seeing Heke. Have a look at this. Yeah, definitely looked a little bit awkward. Looked like a bit of a hop in there, didn't it? We're used to seeing Tyrell Cage in 00 wearing the 25 tonight in a different looking strip, the Saints. They have enjoyed rocking the pinstripe this year, haven't they? I think they've got about 3 or 4 different designs.
Yeah, I like this strip.
Two big games in the Sal's NBL tomorrow, Natu. The Hawks and the Airs tomorrow afternoon. Hawks have got to win. No Jackson Ball, and I think Campbell Scotty's also missing as well. So they're down a couple of important pieces. Sharks and the Bulls tomorrow night. Ioane takes contact, and he's going to go to the coloured stripe as well. What do you think of those two tomorrow? Hawks and the Airs?
Hawks and the Airs, yeah. Well, if Cam Scott's out, yeah, they've got some injury problems.
And Jackson Ball?
And Jackson Ball, well, Airs should be able to get that one.
Yeah, they're going to start favourites, aren't they? And then all eyes down south in Invercargill tomorrow night. Sharks, who are seriously threatening for the final 6 at the moment, and the Bulls, who have lost their last 6 and slumped from 3rd on the ladder to 9th. They've just got to get a win.
It's going to be tough for the Bulls to get it down there, though. You know, they got a great home fan base. They're going to be loud. You know, they know that Southern Sharks have got a shot at, solidifying their top 6 position on the table. So I'd imagine there'll be a lot of noise, and the Sharks are playing really well at the moment.
Yeah, they are. Big one coming up tomorrow night here on Sky Sport. Team merch, there's that QR code on screen. Get in and order yourself some of the best strips in the competition. Dougal Meter gets it to go around the world a couple of times.
Great staggered screen to get him coming off hard. Made that nice free throw line jumper. Here we go.
Nothing in this contest. Both teams have their BNZ player timeout alive. Riley is searching at the moment, keeping the dribble alive. Ledger now. McIntosh comes and goes. Look out, Nick Barrow, that's his spot. It doesn't matter how many times we say it.
Yeah, I would like to see Luca Richards contest that, get up and challenge his shot a bit there.
Saints have not used their BNZ player timeout here, which I've got to say feels like a mistake.
Yeah.
They went the length of the floor there. They had the chance to stop the game, set up a play from the sideline, and they didn't take the opportunity. As it is at the half, Tuatara lead by 3. High-scoring game tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. 8 minutes down and 2 by 4 minute quarters to come. As we turn our attention to the Chemist Warehouse stats, and look at the spread of scoring here, Natu.
Yeah.
Nick Barrow busy, Dylan Wilkie as well, 8 apiece. Dougal Meter, Munier, Negalogo have 5 apiece. It's a really nice spread for both teams. Not a lot of rebounding, that's because there's a lot of shots going down. As we have a look at the assists, let's have a look at Zach Riley there. He's got 3. Nick Barrow, he's having a good game as well, isn't he?
Yep. Edger on 2.
Just the one block. Yep, Heke with that. And the steals, just a few of those as well. Shooting percentages, and this is why there's not a lot of rebounds. Saints are shooting at 71.5%. Tuatara at 79%. Rebounds in the game, there's been 5. Saints have had 3. Tuatara have had 2. Assists, 10-7. There's been 17 assists in 8 minutes of basketball. And overall, between the two teams, the shooting right now is 21 of 28.
Game day shoot around, they've just been heating them up in game day shoot around, and now it's starting to see that out on the floor.
Queens are in the house, as they always here, supporting their hometown Saints, the Tokomanua Queens. Saw Cam Glidden on the sidelines a moment ago, taking a lot of notes down and preparing for the game tonight. Yeah. There he is. Coaches are always at work, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They'll be, he'll be familiar with what the Saints are running, what the Saints run. So
he's actually sitting about 2 meters from us. He's got no idea that we've had the cameras on him, but he is deep in thought at the moment. Cam Glidden. Second half underway in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. He would have been very happy, Cam, with the performance of his team against the Jets.
Yeah.
They were really good, weren't they? Zach Riley straight away with
basket,
a couple.
Floppy action, gets to the wing, rejects the on ball, gets to the basket. It's great stuff there by the Tuatara.
And they lead by 5 with that opening basket of the third quarter. 30-25 is the score. We'll bring that score ticket back up for you in just a moment. Dougal Meter rising up and finishing it off, Luca Richards.
Great jamming effort by the Saints, and Luca Richards getting that offensive rebound.
We're feeling this one's going to go down to the wire. Riley. Ledger into the corner. Awani. The young man sends it to Barrow. There's that spot again. This time a little bit of defensive competition from Richards.
Yeah, good contest from Richards.
Dougal Meter inside, outside to Pilcher. Ties it up, 30 apiece.
Nice punch screen there from
Riley.
Barrow, and Riley spins.
He's going to put that down. He has literally just pinballed off the chest of Luca Richards. Back out by 2. Dylan Wilkie about to come back in for the Tuatara. Munier to Richards, takes contact. Foul is on Riley. What have you made of Luca Richards' season? First time here in the capital, of course. He joined the Saints from the Jets. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Nice little pocket pass there from Hassan Munier. And he has, he's picked up some minutes in the NZNBL as well. He's a developing young man. He's missed a couple of seasons through injury, but still aged, what, 20, 21?
Yeah, talking to Aaron Young earlier this season, he likes the skill set that he brings. You know, a guy 6'9", 6'10", who can handle the ball a little bit, can shoot the three.
We're talking about Luca Richards, 6'9", 6'10", not Chris Tupu, by the way.
You know, he can handle the ball, he can shoot the ball, he's got potential, he's coming off a injury, and he's getting there. So he really likes the skill set that he has. So it's good to see him out on the floor there here for the Saints.
Just one in it. It's been that sort of a game. Wouldn't surprise me if we see overtime here.
Yeah.
Riley just searching again, isn't he? Now McIntosh steps back to his left, caught in the corner. Shot clock at 3, got to do something.
Wilkie's
Barrow, Wilkie, catch and shoot. Dylan Wilkie is in absolute red-hot form at the moment.
That's a great shot too. He didn't dip the ball, he just caught it, went up with it. Right on the buzzer.
What did he land? 5 of 7 or 6 of 8? Oh, slapped away by Ledger. I think he landed 6 threes. Oh, maybe, sorry, 5 threes on Thursday night against the Jets.
17 points.
Here's that block from Ledger. He just sent that into the crowd. Pilcher. Well, Chris McIntosh just did not expect that. He was like a traffic cone, and the Arthur Pilcher 4x4 just went straight through him.
Bit of a late switch call there from Ledger, and he apologises.
So Tuatara by 4.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Well, the margin really hasn't been out by much more than that, Natu. The Saints' biggest lead's been 1, and the Tuatara's biggest lead's been 5. Munier, and that one's slapped away.
Ioane. Munier with the ball.
Munier over an outstretched Ledger. Down it goes.
Great shot from the young man.
That's a big, big basket for Hassan Munier. Ledger, one hand. Wilkie gave up the 3. Pilcher closed him out. Ioane now gets on the drive. He's going to run into a lot of white singlets, and the white singlets are going to win out. Pilcher.
Great wall up by the Saints.
He draws contact, and he'll head to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for a little bit of shopping tonight. 35 plays 34, just under a minute to play in this third quarter. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay here. Arthur Pilcher doing the heavy lifting. And here he is at the Chemist Warehouse. First one in and out. Dan Fortu in the background there, watching on. He's actually listed on the Rapid League squad, so he could step out there and play Dan Fortu, but definitely the idea of Cam Glidden and the coaching staff is to let him put his heels up, so they go with 6 players. Riley somehow got through all of that. Pilcher got a block, ends up with Wilkie.
Yeah, a little pass fake, and that opens up the straight line drive for Wilkie. He's up to 13 points now.
37-35, still a quarter to play. If we do go into overtime here in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, it's 1 minute. And it starts with a jump ball back in the centre. Could be one of those nights, Natu. Could be one of those nights. Riley holds it up here. Shot clock is inside the game clock.
On ball.
Oh, good hands, Luca Richards. Really good hands from the big fella.
Yep.
That was as clean a strip as you will see. When you got guys like Shea Ely, have a look at this. Really good hands. He's got guys at this team like Shea Ely, Isaiah Liafa. He'd be having those two buzzing around him at training and stripping it out of his hands, and he's a bit of a master himself.
Yeah.
puts the first down from the Chemist Warehouse. Aaron Young, not sure why Aaron Young's having a conversation. He shouldn't be coaching. Of course, the assistant coaches coach the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Maybe he was talking about the upcoming game.
Time and space. Yeah, time and space.
Luca Richards with the block there.
Yep.
3.9 to play. It might be a bit tactical there from Aaron Young. Maybe just have a chat ahead of the Cells NBL.
Yeah. No player timeout.
We're going to find out. Do they use their BNZ player timeout? They're going to let it go. Ioane, he's going to get a shot up here. He will for 3. Just away to the left. And that'll do us. 3/4 down tonight. High-scoring game in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. And look at this, just a point in it. Feels like it's been that way, basket for basket, throughout tonight's contest. Cells NBL coming your way from 7:30 p.m. local time. And a big one tonight between the second-place Saints up against the fourth-placed Tuatara. Saints have locked in a finals berth, by the way. Yep. They cannot miss out. It's just a case of what position. Now they could be any position between 1 and 6. So the Rams and the Saints are locked in. Everything else is up for grabs. Speaking of things up for grabs, Sky Broadband FIBA starter, $50 a month for the first 12 months. skybroadband.co.nz. Go and grab yourself a fantastic special. Overtime tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. What do you reckon?
Could be on the cards. Both teams have just been basket for basket. I mean, leading scorer Zach Dylan Wilkie with 13 points. Saints, Luca Richards and Hassan Manure with 8 apiece. So could be on the cards, a overtime game.
1 to go here in the capital tonight for the Rapid League. Cells NBL last night. Giants took down the Nuggets 96-82. Believe it or not, the Giants season is still alive. Yep. They've got a really good points percentage with thanks to their Rapid League team. If they win their next 3, get 9 wins for the season, they could make the playoffs. Quite remarkable. Richards, handy pass.
Behind the back pass,
really good.
Also on the ground.
You can't put it away.
Great effort from Richards to get on that loose ball. Unfortunately, they just didn't make that basket.
Ledger. McIntosh, dangerous pass to Riley. Munier right there. Riley found some space. Can't drain the 3, and now a chance for the Saints.
Chance for the Saints to take the lead.
Been an up and back game. Really quick one tonight. Dougal Meter around Wilkie. Up over the top. Can't get it past the front of the rim. Oh, is that Richards again? Couple of big steals for him. And look at that.
Great
he just puts off the dime to Dougal Meter. Good basket for the Saints. Luca Richards, the thief.
Yeah, he's just showing some of those skills that, we talked about.
Nice hand in there from Pilcher. He's having an influential impact in this one, Luca Richards.
Clean steal. Look at that. Great hands. Great anticipation. And a little dish to Dougal Meter for the finish.
He might go down as the Sky Broadband Rapid League's first guard forward centre. Injury here to young Keelan Mangalogo. Yeah, he's off with the... We saw him not looking too comfortable during that 3/4 time spell. And clearly it is some sort of a leg injury.
Yeah.
Heke. Dougal Meter. Saints do have a few injury concerns at the moment. No Isaiah Liafa tonight. Munier got some space. Falls into the hands of Pilcher. He just bustles his way through Arthur Pilcher. Seen that so many times this season from this young man.
Sam Gold keeping the ball alive and Pilcher getting the rubbish, picking it up and finishing with a foul on Zach Riley.
And look at this, all of a sudden a chance to go 4 up. That'll be their highest lead of the game. So Arthur Pilcher at the Chemist Warehouse puts that down. 2 of 3 from the stripe tonight. Coach Chris Tupu looking on, and a little bit of pressure up the
Yeah,
floor
I like
here.
the pressure that the Saints are putting on here. They're up and in.
Riley, he did all that to himself in the end. Heke just stood his ground. So a turnover there for the Tuatara.
Yeah, yep.
And they're down by 4.
Yeah, that pressure it's causing Riley some problems.
78 points scored in less than 14 minutes here. There's the travel. Richards to Pilcher. Dougal Meter the target. Wilkie knows the danger of that man. Munier backs it out. Awani in front of him. No doubt those two have played some hoops together over the years, and a travel in the end. Casey Awani wins out.
Yeah, he did a great job, Casey Awani, just staying on the ground, staying in his stance, not going for any shot fakes, and then finishes with a block.
Oh, Munier nearly stripped that away. Here's Ledger, and I reckon Gold just reaching in there with the foul.
Hands in the cookie jar.
Two teams in form tonight in the Sal's NBL. Saints and the Tuatara have both won their last 3. So someone will come out of it with a win streak of 4, which is pretty good form with the playoffs not too far away. Riley to Ledger, knocks it into the corner. Awani for 3. And look at that, they're back to within 1.
Great shot.
Casey Ioane.
That was good ball movement from the Tuatara. Find the open man, find the open man. Keep kicking it.
Munier to Gold. Gold, nowhere to go. Sends it back out to his point guard. No Caslow Evans Jr. in this one. He gets the start tonight with Liafa sitting. Chance now for the Tuatara to take the lead. Wilkie, oh, it's come off the leg of Dougal Meter.
Just a bit messy with those handoffs, the Tuatara.
The defense has stepped up as well.
Yeah, it's got to be a bit more clinical with those handoffs.
Riley catch and shoot. Riley. Down it goes for 3. Yeah, and just like that, 2-point lead for the Tuatara. Game on with 41 seconds to play. Dougal Meter just ran straight into the shoulder of Ledger. It's a big shoulder too, Josh Ledger. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, going to get a good look of it here. Bang. Oh, that's heavy. Got to be careful of that.
Yeah.
If that's head contact, I can tell you now, that'll get looked at. Need to see that again on replay.
I know Josh Ledger, he's not that type of player.
Absolutely not. But as he turned his body here, that's not a good look, got to say. That is not a good look. It'll put Angie Maria Dougal Meter to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. And he knocks these two down. We are tied up.
Yeah, we got
absolute ball game tonight in the Rapid League.
It's going to be overtime, mate. We called it.
You think so?
Yeah, we called it.
Called it nice and early too. It just has been one of those games though. It's felt like it the whole way. Chance to tie it up. And he does. 43 apiece. Let's see what the Aucklanders come up with here. Riley.
That's good pressure from Hassan.
He's just
He's just up and in. He's, you know, I like what I'm seeing from the Saints here.
The NZ player timeouts are alive.
Yep.
They're going to come into this, you'd think. Riley knows the clock. Shot clock at 7 now. At 6. Tough on Richards. Richards a really good hand. Defensively, he's been terrific.
Pilcher with the ball.
Dougal Meter backs it out. 10 to play. They don't use their BNZ player timeout. They're going to go for it here into the corner. Pilcher, yes! Down it goes, Arthur Pilcher with the dagger. BNZ player timeout, Tuatara, 1.9 to play. Arthur Pilcher calls game.
Was it 1.9? I think.
GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, really good feed. Dougal Meter to Pilcher. And there's the BNZ player timeout. So the Tuatara will advance the ball with 1.9 QR code on screen. There's your chance to scan away, fill in your details, grab some tickets, get your friends, your family, your mates together, and come along to the NZNBL with thanks to BNZ, inspiring the next generation of basketballers. What a wonderful program it is, the BNZ. Ticket to the big game, and here we go, 1.9. Who's it going to go to? They advance the ball, they've had a chat. It's always only about the players with the player timeout. Ledger, Riley wants it. Ledger inside, Iwani, the pass doesn't land. And that is it. What a win for the Saints, and what a big basket for that man, Arthur Pilcher. Game winner.
Great finish.
And I think from what we're being told, was it a deep two in the end?
Yeah, it was a deep two.
There it is. That right foot must have been on the line. It was called a two. He wanted the three. Look at him. Arthur Pilcher. Handshakes all round. Really good contest tonight.
Yeah. I like that last play for the Tuatara. Just execution on that pass wasn't there, so Saints get it.
Dylan Wilkie, great tonight with 13. Ioane had 10 for the winners. Dougal Meter, Pilcher 9 apiece. Good point spread. Let's have a look at the rebounds. Wasn't a lot of rebounds tonight because both teams shot well.
Whole bunch of players had 2. Barrow, Ledger, Ioane, Riley had 2 for the Tuatara. Gold, Richards, Pilcher, all with 2.
A lot of assists though.
Yep.
Tons of assists. Look at the big fellas for the Tuatara doing well. In fact, Richards as well. As we turn over. Blocks, saw a couple of big ones, and I reckon Luca Richards is going to figure in the steals as well. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is a massive game tonight for Luca Richards. Chemist Warehouse stat sheet. Now, I know Andrew Mulligan, one of our esteemed colleagues here on Sky Sport, he loves the 5-5-5 category in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. That's what he points to. Let's have a look at Luca Richards tonight. He's gone for 8 points, 3 rebounds and 5 steals, so and 3 assists, by the way, so really close.
Great stat line from young Luca.
So the first one down tonight here in the capital. Saints get the win 45-43. 88 points scored in 16 minutes. Gotta love the Rapid League. And now we look forward to the NZNBL. Mills Albert Wellington Saints taking on the J Cup Auckland Tuatara. Make sure you rejoin us here at TSB Bank Arena from 7:30 p.m. local time. That's about 20 or so minutes away. Looking forward to it. Saturday night hoops in the NZNBL. Get set for it. The Saints and the Tuatara. See you shortly.
See you, fam. Where you at? Let's get those coaches going. Feeling like we've done this before. There's more of you out there than that. Sure.
Kia ora everyone, no mai hana mai, hello and welcome to the capital. Saturday night hoops in the NZNBL. The Whanganui Atara, of course, the home of the Wellington Saints. Tonight they take on the Auckland Tuatara. It's week 13 of the season. Second playing fourth, looking forward to this one. Always a good contest. Justin Nelson and Natu Tofale with you. Gotta love a capital on a Saturday night. Good crowd in. Of course, the Tuatara coming off that win against the Jets 48 hours ago. And in fact, Natu, as you join me, these two teams are both on a 3-game winning streak. Mixandpick.com poll. Have a look at that. 70% with the Saints. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, 70% with the Saints, 30% with the Tuatara. I know our viewers out there will certainly know that, you know, the Saints are down one of their star guards. Isaiah Leafa is out for that tonight. You know, he's got a back injury, so he won't be playing. So,
in fact, Caslow Evans Jr. gets the start tonight. So no Shea Illy, no Isaiah Leafa. That percentage right there may change. Let's keep an eye on that. Let's have a look at the ladder and the way it sits at the moment in the NZNBL, and of course it is forever changing. Such a close competition. The Rams have locked in a finals berth, reigning dual champs. The Saints, 12-time champs of the NZNBL, they also have locked in a finals berth. Of course, a lot can change between now and then. The Airs play tomorrow against the Hawks. They sit in third. Tuatara in fourth. They are starting to solidify their position, aren't they? Hawks definitely need a win tomorrow against the Airs. And the Bulls, who are on a 6-game losing streak, head down to take on the Sharks tomorrow. Giants, believe it or not, after their win last night, I know they sit in 10th, 6-11, but they can still make the playoffs. There's Caslow Evans Jr. He gets the start tonight. For the Saints, here's what's coming up right here on Sky Sport. Busy as always. Huge day tomorrow. Hawks in the Airs tomorrow afternoon. Looking forward to calling that one with Casey Frank. Hawks desperately need a win.
And that will be your last call.
That'll be my last ever game tomorrow, calling the NZNBL here on Sky Sports. I hope you can join me for that one. Sharks and the Bulls tomorrow night. That's a special game. And then week 14 tips off on Wednesday night. The Airs and the Giants. Starters tonight for the Tuatara. Of course, they had a really good win against the Jets in Palmerston North 2 nights ago. Pride, Tuach, Mohammed, Vidanovic and Lowe. They look really geared up for this one, Natu.
Yeah, they do, they do. I mean, the win against the Jets 2 nights ago, they started off really slowly, but they started to get momentum. Yeah, we're starting to see that chemistry now with the 2 additions in the last 4 games. So, you know, you got to watch out for the Tuatara. You know, they're my dark horse of the teams that could potentially get to the finals.
There's the coaching staff, of course. Cam Glidden with the coach's board as he puts it down. Debut season for him. Rob Lowe, it's a big man battle tonight. Rob Lowe goes up against Nick Mazinski. Let's go and check in with the big fella right now. Here's Rob Lowe. Rob, big battle against the Saints. You had them a few weeks ago. What did you take out of that one?
Yeah, obviously they got the better of us a couple of weeks ago now. You know, we had a lot to improve on after that game, and you know, we're improving every week as the games come by, so we're looking for a good matchup tonight.
And depth starting to look good for the Tuatara. A couple of guys coming off the pine the other night against the Jets played really well. Good signs. Yeah,
you know, we've got confidence in everyone, you know, and it actually kind of helps that we had a disrupted start of the season, guys getting those minutes and proving they can play in this league, and you know, we're going to need them. Everyone needs their whole team down the line, and we're excited for what it can take us.
And up into the top 4 now, of course, final 6, but maybe a home final. Is that the focus from here?
Oh, we're just trying to take every game as it comes. You know, right now we've got Wellington, and we're trying to get the W. We're not looking too far ahead right now.
Best of luck tonight.
Thanks, Justin.
He's a star of the competition, isn't he, Big Rob? And he's going to have a battle inside tonight with Nick Mazinski. Let's have a look at how the Saints will line up. And there is a change, of course. You mentioned that, Natu. A late out Isaiah Leafa missing with a back injury. So Caslow Evans Jr. gets the start. No Shea Illy. Don't think we'll see Shea Illy for the rest of this season, unfortunately. Nick Marshall, Jordan Nartai, Hiram Harris, Nick Mazinski, plenty of experience there.
Yeah, absolutely. And a great opportunity for young Caslow Evans Jr. to start. Looking forward to seeing how he fits into the Saints roster and when they start the game. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the ball handling duties can go to Hiram Harris or even Jordan Natai. So there's not a lot of pressure on Caslo Evans Jr. All he needs to do is play solid defense and get them into their stuff and take his shots when presented.
Well, as we've been talking about the big man battle, Nick Mazinski there taking a shot from deep. He'll be doing a lot of work inside the paint tonight. I had the chance to catch up with the American a short time ago. He's always up for a chat. Here he is, the Moose, Nick Mazinski. Well, Nick, second battle coming up for you tonight against Rob Lowe. What did you take out of the first occasion?
Yeah, a really good player. They got a good team, you know, and they had some moving pieces. That first matchup, you could tell they're kind of still getting their feet together, and they've even added even more. They're a really good team, obviously a super experienced, talented player. It's not a one-man effort, it's a five-man effort at all times. So, but we're ready for the challenge, you know. Long time since we played our last game, so an ability to really scout them, personnel, sets, all that stuff. So we're excited. It's going to be a good game, good battle.
No Isaiah tonight, so things change up a little bit?
For sure. I mean, he's he's one of our best players. He's our leader, one of our leaders. So obviously it's going to be a big change, but we're going to do it by committee, you know, like we always do. Similar to what I was saying earlier about five-man battle. It's the same thing offensively, defensively. We do everything kind of from a five-man, from a 12-man mentality with the guys on the bench. So, you know, it'll be taken by committee, but obviously we'll need to tweak some things here and there because he's such an important piece for us. And
a Saturday night in the capital, big crowd coming in for this one tonight. Got to love it.
I mean, that's what you do it. You know, that's what you do it for. You know, big games like this, both of us in the playoff hunt. You know, I'm of the opinion we got the best home court in the league. I'm sure people would disagree with me, but I think I'm right. And so it's going to be a great time. You know, 7:30 tip-off, late game, prime time. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and just two teams going out there and competing, and the best squad win.
Have fun. Good luck.
Thanks.
So there he is, Nick Mazinski. Last time out against the Saints a few weeks ago, he had against the Tuatara, I should say. He had 16 points for the Saints. The Saints got home by 7. Rob Lowe had 16 points and 11 rebounds. Chemist Warehouse head-to-head for this one. Here's the recent form. Both playing well. They've won their last 3 games, these two. Not a lot separating them right throughout the stats there. Look out up front, though, tonight. Natu.
Yep.
Hiram Harris, Nick Mazinski up against Tom Vodanovic and Rob Lowe. They are definitely the battles within a battle.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, I think whoever wins the rebounding battle, I think will win tonight. You know, we saw the Tuatara do a great job of jamming and rebounding against the Jets 2 nights ago. You know, they're up for it, and I think, you know, if the Saints want to win this one, they've got to rebound.
So there's our Barna Card officials tonight. Marty Davison, Hayden Pipe and Corey Hogg. There's Hayden Pipe. 200th game tonight in the Salons NBL. Well done to Hayden. One of the nice guys. I quite often find myself on flights alongside Hayden in and out of Wellington. He's a Wellingtonian, of course, and congratulations to him. 200 games of putting up with players and coaches and game reviews and assessments and commentators and all sorts of stuff. It's a hard task, isn't it?
I can say that when I've been on the sidelines, I've treated him with utmost respect.
He's a nice guy. Saints at 68%, Tuatara at 32%. This is a little bit surprising at the moment. Cast your vote, QR code on screen right there. Of course, the Saints, no Shea Illy, no Isaiah Lee. After that man there, Caslo Evans Jr. tonight gets a start. He's going to have to go up against Luther Muhammad.
Yeah, and that's a challenge. Yeah, that's a tough matchup for him defensively. However, you know, he'll give it a shot. He'll give it a crack. You know, so good opportunity for the young man.
There's the Tuatara bench and coaching staff watching on. Earlier tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, what a game that was, an absolute beauty. Saints got home 45-43. Arthur Pilcher with a deep 2 with less than 2 seconds to play.
Great shot to win it.
And yeah, 88 points in 16 minutes. Got to love the Rapid League. Here we go, Saints in the blue. The Aucklanders are in that jade green, and we're underway. Mazinski taps it back to Harris, and Caslo Evans Jr. with the start tonight will set us all up for the Saints And he may get the opening shot. No, he looked around the corner for Mazinski. Rob Lowe, one of the best defenders in New Zealand, got his hands on it. So now a chance, an opening chance for the Tuatara. Here's Luther Muhammad. What a star he is. Up and over. And
Great
in.
finish. Great start. Yeah, he took a while to get going a couple of days ago, but tonight it seems like he's ready to go.
Had his first game of the season against the Saints a few weeks ago. Had 13 in that game and just couldn't find his shooting touch. As we saw on Thursday night against the Jets, he's just starting to fit in, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And Tuat's just picked up his first foul, you know, like it looks like Jordan Natai is just going to go straight at him, and it's good to see that the Saints are going to be aggressive.
Mazinski rises up.
Yeah, nice foul line jump shot from...
Marshall, I should say. Nick Marshall rises up for 2. Yeah, Tuach actually got 2 fouls in the opening minutes against the Jets and had to sit a massive chunk of the first half. Ended up with 3 fouls in the first quarter. Vodanovic inside to Lowe, who's fouled.
Nice high-low action. Again, you know, the Tuatara working off that floppy action, catching the ball, getting high-low action, and then going from there.
GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. There's that seal
nice
down
low.
by Lowe. And Mazinski with his first foul of the game. So Luther Muhammad scoring at one end, Nick Marshall at the other. First season as a coach, Cam Glidden.
Really well as a rookie coach this year. I'm really impressed with what Cam's done with his group.
He was an outstanding player. Rob Lowe converts. I think the scoreboard will tick over. There we go. Natai to Mazinski. Rob Lowe may have got a finger on that. Of course, former Defensive Player of the Year in the NZNBL, Rob Lowe. Pride to Lowe, Vodanovic and Harris. Good mates off the court. They go to battle and Tommy V scores 2. I was having a bit of a chuckle before the game. Oh, Marshall, really nice from Nick Marshall. Muhammad comes up. He's got Pride in the corner. Harris got the steal. Up and back stuff right now. Marshall backs it out. Has Rob Lowe in front of him. Tries to get to the rack. He does. In and out. Yeah, Hiram Harris and Tom Vodanovic were playing mind games before this one, trying to select the match ball.
Nice finish from Tommy V. Couple of spin drives and good finish with the left hand.
So Vodanovic has scored 4 on Harris so far. Here's Mazinski dashing to the hoop. Evans Jr. who's fouled. Who's this going to be on reaching in? Pride and Vodanovic.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. It is going to be on Tom Vodanovic. So his first foul. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Let's see if we can see it here from this angle. And there's the swipe coming down on the arm.
Bit of a ghost screen there from Caslow Evans. Good movement. Got himself open. Fortunately, he missed that first one.
Getting the start tonight. Evans Jr., he's been one of the players to watch in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Nails that one from the Chemist Warehouse. Margin at 3.
Here we're looking at some 2-2 full court pressure from the Saints. Taking some ticks off the clock.
Pride backs it out for 3 over the top of Mazinski. That's a tough gig. And there's a foul underneath. Natai plucked for this one. Tom Vodanovic having a chat with his Tall Blacks mate.
He's just selling it really.
There's actually a lot of Tall Blacks mates here, aren't there?
Yeah.
Rob Lowe, Tom Vodanovic, Jordan Natai, Hiram Harris. Plenty of them out there.
Dan Fortu,
yeah. He'll be into the action. Vodanovic for 3. Saw him nail some big ones against the Jets. He's starting to find his shooting stroke. Mazinski to Marshall. Tried to flick it through. That's come off the hand of Luther Muhammad.
Yeah. It's good to see Marshall's being really aggressive coming off those turnouts.
I think he's going to be All-Star 5 this year, Nick Marshall. I really do. For me, he's in. He's had a big season.
It's good. Great hand from Muhammad.
4 years with the Adelaide 36ers. Marshall is now signed for the Tasmania Jack Jumpers in the ANBL. Tuach ran straight into Harris, who picked the right way. Verdanovic.
Great pass, Verdanovic.
Slashing through Charles Pride.
Yeah, good look, good look.
Good to see him get going early. 8-point margin already now. Tuatara on the double in the lower north. And they're looking for the double. Harris with his first points for the Saints.
Yeah, Coach clearly not happy about that. That weak side cut from Hiram Harris in front of Charlie Pride. Charlie Pride should have kept him down to that. Couple of staggers there.
Low to Verdanovic. And he drains another one. The tall timber of the Tuatara. Looking good. Marshall up and over the top. And he'll visit the coloured stripe, Nick Marshall. Dougal Meter and Riley about to step in for their respective teams. First time we'll see those two tonight.
Reject. Nice reject on the on-ball, and he gets a nice driving lane. Muhammad with the foul.
Super athletic, isn't he, Nick Marshall? He can take you to the rack. He's got a nice outside shot. He runs the wings, runs the lanes really well. Head down fast.
Really athletic. He's fearless too when he gets in the lane. He's not afraid to go up against big guys. So
20 points, 8 rebounds a game this season. Shooting the three at 41%.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Justin. He could be up for All-Star 5 this year.
Yeah, well, not that my vote counts for too much, but he's in mine. Look at that. Look at that. Backcourt right there, Isaiah Liafa and Shea Ely. I mean, you got some serious, speaking of tall blacks, you got some serious talent sitting there watching on tonight.
That's good defense from the Saints here. Jordan Natai with some pressure on Muhammad. I like it, I like that.
Here's Dan Fortu, Boy Tuach.
Into the head tap action.
Muhammad wants to take on Mazinski and does. Luther Muhammad. Speaking of All-Stars,
there's one right there.
He's off to the Chemist Warehouse for the bonus. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. As soon as he saw that matchup on big Nick Mazinski, he knew he was in business.
That's not an easy shot over a 6'10", 11 guy, you know, with that floating hook shot. But he made it look really easy there, Muhammad.
Well, you say 6'10". Before tonight's game, I had to interview Nick Mazinski and Rob Lowe, and to me they're about 7'8". Two of the biggest customers in the Sal's NBL, those two. Look at this now. 4 minutes in, 10-point margin. Mazinski, 4-2 did well defensively. Looked like a bit of a foot slide there. Shot clock at 7. Marshall again on the attack, and again scoring.
Great hang time there to finish off the glass.
He's up to 8.
He's up to 8.
Tuach wanted to find Lowe, gets it to him, steps around Harris, left it short. Hiram Harris did well.
Couldn't finish with that left hand.
Marshall again, feeling it. Harris to Gold. Can hit a three, Sam Gold. That one, nothing but air. 3 attempts in the end for the Saints. 2 of them didn't hit the rim. Natai goes back. That's knocked out of his hands by Muhammad. I just wonder whether we're going to see a timeout. We are. In fact, it's been called by the Tuatara. So I kind of expected we'd see a Saints timeout. Margin at 8. Good start tonight for the Aucklanders. Coming into this one, 4th on the ladder, 8 wins, 7 losses. Saints sitting in 2nd, 12 wins and 4 losses. Next 3 games for the Tuatara. They've got the Sharks at home, the Giants away, the Jets at home. The Saints have got the Fire at home next up, the Hawks away, and the Rams at home. Look at that. That was 3 attempts in the end. You missed the first one from the corner. And then, in fact, no, Muhammad it was who came across and knocked it out of court. Sells NBL tomorrow afternoon, big double. Hawks and the Airs coming your way from Hawke's Bay, 2 p.m. Rapid League, 3 p.m. Sells NBL. Casey Frank joining me for that one. And then we go down south for the Sharks and the Bulls. That is going to be an intriguing game. We'll take a look at the Sells NBL ladder at half-time tonight, so just hold on to that one and you'll see just how close this contest, or this competition I should say, is right now. It's just hard to pick winners. Every game counts. That points percentage, of course, is going to be really important as well. Got to keep scoring. Looking forward to Andrew Mulligan and Lindsay Tate for that Sharks and Bulls game tomorrow. Yep. Here we go, coming out of the timeout. Saints, Dougal Meadar, corner.
Too big on that one.
And that's come off the hand of Rob Lowe in the end.
Coach Glidden not happy with that, not happy with his charges. I believe that they should have wrapped that defensive board up.
A lot of chatter at the moment between some players and the officials as well. Harris, Mohammed had Marshall well covered. Now Natai gets on the drive on 4-2.
Nice floater.
Just tough.
Yeah.
Expect nothing less from Jordan Natai. Marshall all over Mohammed. Good crowd in attendance tonight here in the capital, as you always expect from the Saints. Giants had another sellout last night. Jets crowd Thursday night was a lot of fun. Tuatara, he just handed that over to Harris. He thought, is he colourblind? Hiram Harris converts. Well, that's just an error. Big mistake for boy Tuatara.
Yep. That's a big swing now. The Saints are within 4.
4-2. Back out to Riley. Played some big minutes against the Jets. He's fouled there, tangling up with Langi Maria Dougal Meadar. A little bit of spice out there tonight.
Kezzo Evans trying to hard show on that last on ball, and Riley just split the on ball and then got fouled by Dougal Meadar.
Here's the baseline shot of it.
He splits it, gets in the lane.
Here's the foul coming down on the arms.
Oh, could have been a two-shot.
Actually, I'm kind of surprised that it's not, having seen that replay, unless it was called a little bit earlier. Margin at 4. Riley, Dougal Meadar tangling up again. Riley hands it off for Tuatara. So good basket there for boy Tuatara. We saw him with a huge dunk to start the third quarter on Thursday night against the Jets. And we've got a timeout called here. 3:56 to play in the first quarter. Aaron Young calls the timeout for the Saints. He wants to chat.
He's not happy. He's not happy with that back cut from Tuatara, and Sam Gold getting caught ball watching, and Tuatara back cutting and getting that dunk that was too easy.
Been a good season for the Saints. Second on the ladder at the moment. They rank number 3 for points scored in games. They rank number 2, second best defense in the competition. So that's why this man's not happy right now. Second best defense in the competition, sitting only behind the Fi, who have the leading defense. Speaking of the Fi, congratulations to Coach Matt Lacey. During the week, he was announced as an assistant coach to the NZ Breakers.
Well deserved too, and it's great to see these opportunities for our young up-and-coming coaches. Yeah, Matt Lacey's been plying his trade over the last 3-4 years and doing a really great job with the Fi. So congratulations to Matt for that.
Yeah, terrific. Aaron Young, of course, has been with the Perth Wildcats for a little while now as well. So outstanding stuff. I mean, we've got Cam Glidden here beside us in his first season as a coach out of his playing career. I've got no doubt we'll see some really special things from him through his coaching career over the years coming up as well. Back underway. Saints down by 6. Marshall's had a wonderful opening quarter. Rises up there, just left it short.
Yeah, nice set for the Saints. They came out with a horn set. Away action for Marshall. He just couldn't knock that jumper down.
Vodanovic, game leading scorer at the moment with 10. Foul there on Gold.
I like the way that the Tuatara are really going inside, attacking players inside where they feel they've got mismatches, that high-low action, especially Rob Lowe on the outside. And on this occasion, it was Dan Futu on the inside.
Well, they know they've got to take it up to them as well, the Tuatara. The Saints rank number 2 in the league for rebounds, and they are a clear leader for blocks as well, especially with Nick Bazinski inside. Best in the competition. 4-2 misses that one from the Chemist Warehouse. Don't forget, every made shot this season in the NZNBL from the Chemist Warehouse stripe, no matter what colour shoes you're wearing, if it goes in, Chemist Warehouse donating money to Hoops in Parks and Hoops in Schools right across New Zealand. That one will count for Dan Fortu. We say thank you to him, and we say thank you to Chemist Warehouse.
And Dylan Wilkie's into the game.
Yeah, keep an eye on Dylan Wilkie, number 9 for the Tuatara. 17 points against the Jets 2 nights ago, included 5 triples. He played a seriously good game. Good earlier tonight in the Rapid League as well. Marshall turns the corner, backs it out. Harris sets the screen on Muhammad. Marshall, he's just so crafty. Couldn't put it away. And who's this going to be? The Barnacat officials are going to have a chat. And it is Saints ball. 14 on the shot clock. Evans Jr. to bring it in. There's Glidden right down in front of us here in our commentary position. Harris has time at 10. Marshall just opens up for him.
Yeah, he's starting to heat up, Marshall. He's getting good looks. Saints are running some good sets for him to cut.
Marshall has 10. Vodanovic has 10. Muhammad for 3. In and out. Evans Jr. wants to go. Marshall's in the corner. Evans Jr.
Good
somehow through the legs of Wilkie, by the way. And Gold finishes it. I'll tell you what, if we get a replay of that, we'll see if we can come back to it. Unfortunate there for Dylan Wilkie. It literally went through his legs on the way to Sam Gold. Here's 4-2. Turns the corner. Hard to Bazinski, and that's why he's number 1 in the competition, Big Nick. The Moose jams that one down. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Look at this. Nick Bazinski. Perfect D. 5 blocks a game, the Saints this season. Rebound Bazinski. Nartai on the outlet. Margin at 3. Chance to level it up. Or maybe get within 1. No. They'll get a second opportunity, the Saints.
ISO with Nartai in the post on Riley.
Nartai likes it. Nartai finishes.
Yeah, I was surprised no one came to help with Zach Riley on that one.
It's one of the great benefits about Jordan Nartai. Can play inside and outside. Wilkie for 3.
Too big.
Goes long on it. Mazinski, another rebound, dominating the boards at the moment, Nick Mazinski. And that's going to be against Dan Fortu. Just no need to do that.
Yeah.
Just came into the contest and
just gave him
pushed
a nudge.
In. Yep. Yeah, he was just trying to unsettle the offense. And when I say no need to do it, he just got caught doing it. I think it happens a million times a game. He just got caught doing it. So
yeah, especially with the bigs, when you're coming to set an on ball, the other big wants to give you a nudge so you lose position, get off balance. Unfortunately,
he's a wonderful player, Dan Fortu. He's such a big pickup for the Tuatara in the back end of this season. He's going to figure prominently from here on in.
Screen from Harris for.
Oh, Charles Pride called for a foul there. Looked like he had the ball.
Yeah.
Need to see that again. The Barnacat officials are way closer than us. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Watch Pride come in. Oh, he's a little bit unlucky there. We all have different angles.
Yep.
We do have the benefit of the replay, of course, and on that occasion, maybe the officials just had the wrong angle, but looked pretty clean, didn't it? Nartai converts.
He's up to 5.
Nick Marshall's been the man for the Saints, 10 for him. Tom Vodanovic jumped out of the blocks, didn't he, with his 10? Nartai can't convert the second.
So we're tied at 22 apiece.
Nice contest unfolding tonight. Early days. Saturday night in the Sal's NBL.
Muhammad fadeaway jumper over his right shoulder. Gets that paint touch. Good balance.
Shining under the bright lights as always.
Nice
Harris responds. He's up to 6 points now, Hiram Harris. Ethan Muhammad has 7. All of the stats, of course, with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. 30 seconds to play. Another 2 for Luther.
He's just getting to a spot real easily. Switch there, and Harris was backpedaling when he shot that. Muhammad heating up.
Margin of 2. Shot clock about 2 seconds inside the game clock here. So Saints are going to go late. Maybe a chance will be there for the Tuatara. Marshall launches over Wilkie. Ends up short. And there's 2.6. So do the Tuatara use their B&Z player timeout here? Or do they try and go? I reckon they're going to use it.
Yeah.
And they do. I like this. I've said it a fair bit this season. I know teams try to leave it until late in the second, but with 2.6, and this is a close contest already, and it's going to be that way, you would think, for the rest of the night. Use it, advance, 2.6, you score.
Absolutely.
There's the QR code on screen. Scan away, fill in your details, get your friends and family and mates together, your groups together, and come and join us at the Sal's NBL with thanks to BNZ, the ticket to the big game. And out of the BNZ player timeout, the Tuatara advance the ball. One of the wonderful things about the player timeout, bring the ball up the floor as McGilla Gorilla feeds the fans a little bit more chocolate. 2.6, here we go. Can they score out of this? Pride's got to get it in first. And they've turned it over. And I'll tell you what they have done. They've given the Saints a chance to use theirs. Did they use their BNZ player timeout here? Here's the replay. He's just thrown that out of court. So, bad mistake for the Tuatara. Did the Saints use their player timeout here with 1.7? In fact, it didn't hit anyone, so why is there not 2.6? I think this is going to change. Yeah, I think this is going to change.
2.6.
They're going to correct this. Yeah, Bartercard officials are all over this. They're going to correct it. There you go. Marty Davison in front of us. Thumbs up, 2.6. Do they use their BNZ player timeout? They won't. They'll save it. Marshall brings it up. Marshall goes up and in. Oh, Nick Marshall.
He's on fire.
How about that to finish the opening quarter tonight in the Sal's NBL? They don't use their BNZ player timeout.
And
they go from distance with that man right there. Nick Marshall, Saints lead by 1. What a finish to the opening quarter. Back in a moment.
Keep it going. Couple more vouchers left each. Keep cheering them on, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony finding his rhythm now. One more, Anthony, Nico. Let's go, Quinn. Last one. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Anthony gets the 5. Come on, Quinn. This time. One more. That's not Quinn.
Welcome back to the capital tonight. 1 quarter down. Saints lead by 1. Sal's Pizza is in the house. Any large pizza, that's this week's special. 25% off. Scan away. There's all the details available till next Tuesday with thanks to our friends at Sal's. And we're just about set to start. What a finish to the opening quarter. Nick Marshall with the long three on the buzzer. Saints lead by 1. Marshall ends the first quarter with 13 points. Natu Tufalo.
Yeah, we said he's the class act. He's the class act. Nick Marshall, and he's starting to heat up right now. Saints are in this game due to his act, due to his play.
It was a big three. It was a massive finish. And it came from a Tuatara mistake. They had the BNZ player timeout with 2.6, gave it up, and look at that. Down it goes. Holla for a Marshall. Here's Muhammad up over Marshall. Tough shot in the end.
Yeah, tough shot. Good contest from Marshall.
Muhammad's got the job on Marshall now as well. That's a good contest to keep an eye out for.
Junior with a nice little floater.
Getting the start tonight, no Isaiah Liafa.
Yep.
Vodanovic had 10 in the first quarter. And able to convert that quickly up. Nata, look at Vodanovic in front of Harris. Athletic stuff. Muhammad inside to Vodanovic on Natai. Left it short. He'll go again. Third time's a charm. No, it's not. Saints did well
great
defensively.
Yeah, that was great wall up there from Jordan Natai.
Marshall. Harris. A lot of contact, no whistle. Straight into the solar plexus of Zach Riley. Back on his feet. Muhammad skipping through, nowhere to go. Another turnover. This is a good start to the second quarter for the Saints. They lead by 5. Marshall again.
Can't finish. Good defensive effort there from
Tuach upstairs from Muhammad. And I'll tell you why Luther Muhammad was probably looking at that from Boy Tuach. Have a look at this. We're going to bring this up from Thursday night. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to come up to that in a second. There's the effort. And I'll tell you why he was looking for that. Because this is what happened on Thursday night with Boy Tuach. Right there. That's why the Tuatara and Luther Muhammad was looking for Tuach. That was a massive dunk, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And that was the start of the second half. Great steal.
Yeah, Marshall has slipped over there. Muhammad now on Evans Jr. who wraps him up. And a good foul in the end.
It was a good foul from Evans Jr. Great foul.
I know the Tuatara won unsportsmanlike, but that's going to be a play on the ball for mine. And that's how the Barter Card officials have seen it. So Luther Muhammad will step up to the Chemist Warehouse. There's the foul. A bit of a grab in the end, but see plenty of those, don't you?
Yep.
Giants last night took down the Nuggets 96-82. 6 wins, 11 losses on the season. The Giants, don't forget, they started 0-8. So they've won 6 of their last 9, and if they win their last 3, the Giants, and especially with their points percentage, because their Rapid League team is so good, they are a sneaky chance to make it, believe it or not. Mind you, they lose Hayden Jones, Lockie Craig and Will Blight now to the Under-19 World Cup. We wish those guys and the junior Tall Blacks all the best.
Yep.
And there's a foul back the other way. Yep. Caslow Evans Jr. will go to the stripe. And that's going to be on Luther Muhammad. So what happens at one end just happened at the other. I reckon it's a little push in from behind here. Cam Glidden doesn't like the call.
No.
But this might just be a push from behind. Watch this. What's your decision?
Kesley did a good job of keeping them in jail. And
You know, anytime we're in commentary and we see the replay and we go, that's when you know we probably don't agree with it.
oh,
Caslow misses that, but gets it back. Saints by 4. Marshall has just been sensational.
yeah, he's great at driving and getting contact and then really delaying the finish. So great finish from Marshall here.
Timeout to the Tuatara, 7:38 to play in the second quarter. Saints lead by 6, and I reckon Cam Glidden wants to sit his team down and just talk about the way Nick Marshall is getting to the basket. I think they're going to have to start thinking about some help defense here. Got to step across when he gets through. He's just carving them up. The lanes are there for Nick Marshall to take, and the help defense is missing.
Yeah, he's just strong on that right-hand drive, so they're setting everything up so he can turn the corner and really engage the next defender and then hang and finish on the glass. So, yeah, Nick Marshall surely showing his talents tonight. You know, we've said it all season. This guy's close to being an all-star 5 selection, and he's shown it tonight, especially without the Alpha being in the game. So it's good stuff from the Saints.
Fantastic crowd in attendance tonight here in Wellington. Not only do the mums and dads and the families enjoy it, look at that, lots of pizzas all around, but the kids, the energy in this place all the time is just sensational. Cam Glidden takes a seat beside us, team down by 6. There he is, watching on pensively. Won't be happy with the defense, you can tell, shaking his head.
Yeah, there are a few times they gave up some offensive boards and turnovers, real costly turnovers, unforced errors, really.
Let's see what they do out of the timeout. Need something good here. Get the confidence back and going, and they turn it over again.
Nartai with a great.
Got a mismatch inside Mazinski, and they blow that chance. Look at this though, Evans Jr. wide open for 3.
He knocks that one down. He's starting to get confidence. Confidence in the young man starting to build now. Great shot from Evans Jr.
Tuatara have to respond here. We know how hot and how quick the Saints can go, and he does respond. Marshall out quickly. Talked about the way he runs those lanes. He's off to the races. Can't go under the screen there, Tuarch.
Yeah, Rob was sitting in the paint there, and Tuarch trying to go under the screen. You can't do that with Nick Marshall. Unfortunately for them, for Tuatara, he dodged the bullet.
Yep. 4-2 inside, a lot of contact there. Gets a second go. And they needed that. Back to 5. Not even midway through the second yet. This game has had so much already. Oh, I tell you what, big Nick Mazinski. Deep 2 for the Moose. He was wandering to unknown territory there. Muhammad thought he was fouled.
Keslow Evans Jr. pushing the ball. Nice pass. Great.
Oh, Rob Lowe with the block. I think there's going to be a foul on Zach Riley here. I think Lowe was clean.
Yeah, Riley got him.
So Nick Mazinski's helped back to his feet.
Yeah.
39-32. Boy Tuarch and Luther Muhammad take a break. Or maybe it is on Lowe.
Rob Lowe takes a break.
It is Rob Lowe who got the foul, by the way. So clean upstairs. Foul was with the body as he sits down. What a star he's been over the years, Rob Lowe. One of the real nice guys of the competition and such a servant of the game. Of course, he's heading back home through the Aussie NBL season. He'll be based in Auckland with the Breakers. Had a chat with Dylan Boucher during the week. And, yeah, they're settling in. New ownership, of course, and D. Boucher's back on the scene. And they're hoping for some big things this season. Some real Kiwi flavour for the Breakers. Riley searching for a foul, renewing that battle at the moment with Dougal Meter.
It's a kick ball, reset the clock. I'm impressed with the Saints defence.
Now, Zach Riley...
They're working pretty hard off the ball.
Got 2 baskets on an inbound on Thursday night. Pride is held there. That's going to be a foul on Evans Jr. reaching from behind. Still over 5.5 to play in this second quarter. Only the Rams and the Saints have locked up positions for the final 6. There's 4 spots still up for grabs. And it is a real contest to see who's going to make it all the way down to the Giants in 10th with a chance right now. 4-2 to Wilkie. Well covered over Mazinski. That won't go. Oh, good battle, Charles Pride. Who's been called for the foul? So Pride called for the foul over the back. That's his 3rd foul. 2nd foul, Charles Pride. And it's going to be shots here for the Saints. So they're in the bonus for the next 5+.
Oh, that's a tick foul. They just called a tick foul on Cam Glynn.
Oh, there you go. I'll take that back. Not in the bonus. That's 3 on the Tuatara. You're right. Cam Glidden teed up. So Nartai at the Chemist Warehouse for the bonus. He's good to go with that. And now it'll come back for a Saints ball. So Cam Glidden just needs to be careful here. I can understand the frustration. Needs to hang tough. Let's see what the Saints can do out of this.
Yep.
Margin at 8. Evans Jr. Nartai wants it. Evans Jr. goes it alone. He travels though. So the Tuatara will get it back.
Yep.
Been an interesting 60 seconds. Just watching the body language of the 2 coaches and
Cam Glidden, tick foul.
Aaron Young working the sidelines as well. Evans Jr. pestering Riley.
Pitch post action and a post up. Yeah, there you go.
Vodanovic over Harris. Draws contact, nearly put it down. And Vodanovic tonight had 10 points in the opening quarter. He's still stuck on 10. In fact, he was a perfect 4 of 4. He's missed his last 4 shots, Tom Vodanovic. He's having a chuckle out there.
He's cooled off a bit, hasn't he? Mind you, Hiram Harris, you know, he's a great defender. He's doing a good job.
We always have the privilege, Natu, of sitting sideline. So we hear a lot more than what the fans in the stands do, and certainly the viewers at home. But I've got to say, there is a lot of chatter on the court tonight. Vodanovic drains the first. Chemist Warehouse strike. Second is out, 68% for the season from the strike. For Tommy V. Brings it back to 7. Interesting time in the game. 4.5 to play in this second quarter.
Pride with the steal.
Did well. Should finish here and does.
Nice finish. Great hands.
So Charles Pride gets 2 back.
Tuatara with some extended pressure. A little bit of running jump here.
Tuach and Muhammad about to come back into the game as well. Marshall, 15 points tonight.
Oh.
Sent it back for Mazinski. Shot clock at 6 now. Nartai knows it. Attacks Riley. Goes up and goes in.
Finish. Great touch from Nartai. A little bit of Euro and a nice high finish.
He's up to 8.
Nice back door, Charlie Bride.
Look away pass from Vodanovic on the point. And we've got a sub, both teams. In fact, timeout for the Saints. So back to 5. Charles Pride with a couple of good things. And the Tuatara just hang in there. Biggest lead of the night for the Saints was 9. That has been cut back, and both coaches really active tonight, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I guess, this is, Aaron Young's former team, so there's going to be a little bit of, I guess, angst amongst both teams and Aaron. And however, it just shows you how much is on the line at the moment.
Oh, the way things are shaping up as well, Natu. These two teams could match, or see a match-up between them in the playoffs.
Absolutely. 3:46 to go. Saints 42, Tuatara 37.
Earlier tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, ripping contest. Saints took down the Tuatara 45-43. Gotta love it when you go above 80 points in 16 minutes of basketball, but that's what happens in the Rapid League. Isaiah Liafa watching on there, Shea Illy as well. Both out tonight. I don't think Isaiah Liafa's too far away. No. He was 50-50 for tonight. Probably could have played out resting a back injury. Shea Illy, on the other hand, I'm not so sure that we're going to see him again this season. Out with concussion symptoms at the moment.
Especially, he's been out for quite some time. He has. When someone's been out that long, potentially we may not see him again.
One upside, though, for the Saints is Sean Bruce has qualified for finals. And bit of a whisper right now. Oh, Mazinski does well there. Marshall feeding a bit of a whisper right now that Sean Bruce may be back. So keep an eye on that one. What an inclusion he would be for the Saints come finals time. He has qualified. Are we going to see the Bruce back in the NZNBL this season? That's going to be a turnover.
That's good D from Google Meter.
Charles Pride had an up and down season. Charles Pride, 11.6 rebounds a game. He's had some big games and he's had some quiet games. Speaking of big games, Nick Marshall.
Nice twist at the top.
Does he add another 2 here? He does.
Hook.
It is so hard to describe how hard that is.
It's a tough shot.
17 now for Nick Marshall. To Arch Mazinski, block number 2. Dougal Meter for 3. Oh, that would have got the crowd right up. To Arch up to Pride. Backs it out. Pride again has Mazinski in front of him. Sends it to the corner for 4-2. Always look long off the hand.
Yeah, too big on that one. That comes off Sam Gold, and Tuatara get another.
Look at this from Nick Marshall. That is super tough.
Left hand hook.
He just continues to deliver, this man, Nick Marshall.
He's showing us his full repertoire of his full offensive arsenal tonight.
When we talk about nice guys of the competition, if you ever get a chance out of the game to have a chat with Nick Marshall, please do so, because he's a wonderful young man to have a chat with.
Good take, Dan Fortu. Strong take.
So he answers for the Tuatara 4-2.
Meter for 3.
Bang!
Cam Glidden is filthy with Tuatara allowed him, great corner hug for Dougal Meter, and he hits a 3. And 4-2 after the 3.
So Dougal Meter at one end for the Saints, Dan Fortu at the other for the Tuatara. He's got back-to-back baskets for the Aucklanders. Speaking of back-to-back baskets, how does that miss for Dougal Meter? And I reckon Tom Vodanovic might be. He is. Tom Vodanovic with the foul. I was just looking to see which way that was going to go. Tom Vodanovic has been called for the foul. Dougal Meter was getting back in defense, and he just copped a bit of a bump from Tom Verdanovic, so that was off screen, I think. And Verdanovic is going to take a seat. Not sure if we've picked that up. It was off the ball. So that was well off the ball as well. Barnacan officials were all over that. Verdanovic takes a seat. Marshall.
Oh, he's just getting to the rim. That's just too easy, you know. I like to see the Tuatara switch up their on-ball coverage with Nick Marshall.
Travel there against Rob Lowe. Seat was pulled out.
It's just too easy for Nick Marshall turning the corner and getting to the rim.
Well, do you just change the defense up? Do you try zone for a little bit? Do you give it one or two goes here and just switch things up? Because Marshall is just carving the Tuatara up. He's got 19, and anytime he wants to attack the basket, he's getting it. Mazinski to Marshall, turns the corner. Here he goes again, sends it out to Nick Mazinski.
That's easy.
A couple of deep twos tonight for this man. And they are on the move right now, the Saints. Low to respond. Mazinski rebounds. He's got 5 of those tonight, 4 assists, 2 blocks for Mazinski. Harris now, down it goes, another 2 for the Saints. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse. And the team in blue have opened this one right up. It's a 28-16 second quarter for the Saints. Let's not forget Natu. There's the Harris basket. No Illy, no Liafa.
And they're up 13.
And I'll tell you what, Liafa out with a back injury tonight. He is providing some energy on the sidelines. That goes down. Have a look at this. Just watch Liafa in the background here. Look at that. The double fist pump from Isaiah Liafa. Just stretching the back. Too arch with the miss. Lowe puts it down. Gee, they needed that. Marshall has 19, Harris up to 10. Evans Jr., 7 points and 3 rebounds in the start tonight. That's a handy return in the opening half. Dying stages here.
Offensive foul, yep.
And that's going to be against Hiram Harris.
That's great D from Rob Lowe, just walled up. Hand straight up in the air. Fortunately for Hiram Harris, doesn't get that call.
4.4. Don't forget, Tuatara have not got their BNZ player timeout. They used it. They did. They blew it in the first quarter. So they've got to do something big here with seconds to play. Muhammad knows the time. He gets it up in time. But he can't put it down. And the Saints, what a quarter for them. They have blown this game wide open. 29-18 second quarter. They lead by 12. And gee, they have come to play. Second on the table, up against the 4th place Tuatara tonight. This has been impressive, Natu.
Yeah, it has. It has. I think, it's obvious who the Saints are looking to get the ball to, and the actions they're running for him, for Marshall. And I'm thinking about how we negate that. What are the solutions? For me, it's not allowing Marshall to turn the corner. So with on balls, you've got a hard show and not let him get to the middle of the paint. With handoffs, you may have to switch that, but that could be problematic with the big and the guard switching that. So they've just got to do a better job of keeping the ball out of his hands, or any of those type of actions, keeping him away from the ball, or switching and hard showing. Because at the moment, it's just too easy.
Yeah, got to come up with something, no doubt about that. 56-44 at the half. Chemist Warehouse stats on the other side of the break. Don't go away.
Obstacle course, and then they're going to get to the free throw line and make a free throw. First team to drill one each is going to take home the prize. Thanks to Rodolfin and Bond Toyota. Getting 2 hoops for their school. Who will take it home? Will it be Petoni? Will it be Kananui? Let's go. You guys ready? Yeah? You guys ready? All right, count it down to 3, 2, 1, go. Tony Central on my right. They get the first one. Back to the start. Tony Central, they have one. Karanui. Keep cheering them on, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to shoot from the free throw. While school's going to take home the hoops. Thanks to running for the ball, Toyota. Karanui get the second. Tony Central, keep going, keep going. You got this. Yeah, we're tied at 2 apiece. It's down to this. Here we go, Karanui. Here we go. Tony Central, you gonna finish this off? Karanui, you made all 3? You guys have made all 3? Yeah? Okay. Just one each. You've already done it. But he wants to go again, okay. Tony Central, you got this. One more bucket, we're done. Oh, I thought that was it. Come on for Tony Central. Keep cheering them on, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. Come on. Here we go. And thanks to our good friends at Rutherford Toyota. Both schools are going to be taking home some hoops for their schools. So give it up for Rutherford Toyota for the generosity and supporting the Wellington Saints.
Now, my hockey Maya, welcome back to the capital tonight, right on the waterfront, and the Saints are splashing about, aren't they? 56-44, huge second quarter for the home team, 29-18. Justin Nelson, Natu Tofale with you. Dante Russo-Nance watching on there. There you go. The Jets star guard, of course. Watching on tonight, Jets right in the thick of it for the playoffs. What a story that would be if they can make it. Got a little bit of work to do yet, though. Let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats. Nick Marshall dominating.
19. Harris with 11. Nartai with 8. Evans Jr. with 7.
Yeah, doing really well.
Yeah,
Vidanovic
really
and
well.
Mohammed 11 apiece. Vidanovic had 10 of those 11 in the first quarter.
Yep.
Let's have a look at the rebounds. Nick Mazinski, what a game he's played so far. Rob Lowe, his opposite matchup, leading the way for the Tuatara. And Big Nick.
Brzezinski again, four assists. Harris for 3 assists. Marshall 2, Nartai and Evans Jr. 1 apiece. Tom Vidanovic with 3, Rob Lowe with 2, Riley for 2 and Mohammed with 1 apiece.
A couple of blocks each, Mazinski and Mohammed. And let's have a look at the steals to halftime. Harris has a couple of those. All of the stats, of course, with thanks to the official stats partner of the NZNBL, Chemist Warehouse. Halftime entertainment here, and it's a happy place in the capital. Saints lead it by 12. Welcome back to TSB Bank Arena. Saturday night special in the NZNBL. Great to have you with us. And the Saints opening it up in the second quarter. They won that 29-18, and they lead the game 56-44. These young Keelan Magalogo, who looked like he twisted his ankle earlier tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. The Saints winning that 45-43. Justin Nelson and Natu Tofale with you. 67% going with the Saints tonight. They're on track right now, no doubt about that. And
yeah.
Look, I've been fortunate enough to see a lot of games. I've been fortunate enough to commentate a lot of games here at TSB Bank Arena over the years. And last one for me tonight in this particular building. And I've got to say, what I saw from the Saints in the second quarter, Natu, I've seen many, many times.
Yeah, it was pretty good. One other stat that that quarter brought up was that the Tuatara had 6 turnovers in that quarter. So that, coupled with the defensive effort, a couple of times Saints, 2 or 3 offensive rebounds. The Tuatara have to clean that end of the court up, defend well, get their coverages right, rebound, take care of the ball on the offensive end. That allows them to control the tempo a little and get back into this game.
There's Cam Glidden, got some work to do. He was pretty fired up through that second quarter. Copped a tech foul, of course, and it just didn't go to plan, did it? There was, as you said, some costly mistakes, some missed shots, and just a few too many errors. So they've got to get back on the bike pretty quick. They're on the double, of course, this week. They took down the Jets in Palmerston North, which is not an easy place to win this season. They did that a couple of nights ago, and I reckon they would have liked their chances coming into this one. No Shea Illy, no Isaiah Liafa. Caslow Evans Jr. getting the start. He's held his own.
Yeah, it's a tough place to play. Like you said, it could. This crowd, this stadium, the fans here, they get behind the Saints. This game could blow it. The Saints. This is the third quarter. The third quarter is when they really take off at home.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you're in Auckland, if you're a Tuatara fan, there's a few eyes at the moment on Boy Tuarch, 4 points. He's only put up 4 shots. Rob Lowe, 4 points. He's only put up 3 shots. I mean, there's a couple of players right there with some real talent who need to lift, don't they?
Yeah, 100%. For the Tuatara to get back in this game, they've got to have those type players. It's Rob's got to get more involved in the game, and Tuarch we've got to see him slashing and cutting to the basket and driving to the basket so they can get some fouls. So here we go.
Second half about to start. It'll be the Saints with the opening possession. Hiram Harris to get us underway, and let's see what sort of energy and commitment the Tuatara come back out with.
First play, go screen to sort of try get Marshall going down the hill, but he didn't take that. But
Harris.
Doesn't matter. Harris finishes.
He's been right in the thick of it tonight as well. Hiram Harris, 13 points now. So the opening blow for the Saints. Not what the Tuatara wanted. Margin at 14. And they just seem out of kilter again here, although Muhammad finds a way.
Yeah, he's just straight line drive, and that was too easy.
Not sure that's what the offense was originally, though. Reaching in, Rob Lowe's going to get picked up for the foul here. That's his second. Nobody in real foul trouble, both teams. Nobody's got more than 2. Marshall. What a special player. Out to Harris. Do they team up again? No, not on this occasion.
Right with the rebound.
Tuarch is one of the players who needs to step it up. Can't finish that. Gee, I reckon Marshall might have taken an extra step there.
Yeah, he could have. They could have called foul on Tuarch. So
Pride and Muhammad come away with it. They force a turnover. Low goes deep, and there's a little bit of holding underneath. That'll go against Caslow Evans Jr. Just a bit of a spark at the moment for the Tuatara. It is a game of swings and roundabouts. You search for momentum when you haven't got it. in the last 30 to 45 seconds has been a bit better. There's Cam Glidden, Dan Fortu watching on, Zach Riley. Let's see if they come up with something here. Low on Nartai. Tall Blacks buddies, Rob Lowe, nice and strong. And the two players that I singled out to lift, Boy Tuatara and Rob Lowe, have both come out and scored. Here's Mazinski. Harris. No one near him, so he fires from deep.
They're teasing him. You know, Rob Lowe just sat back and said, yeah, take a shot, take that shot. Muhammad.
Chance to bring it back into single digits here as well. That's tough under there.
Over. That was a tough.
Marshall
It's a foul.
just shoves Tuatara out of the way.
Yeah.
Goes again. Looked like he extended his arm, Nick Marshall. Nartai, Mazinski up over Lowe for two.
Nice soft touch.
There's Vodanovic. Charles Pride. Got to make a good decision here. Mazinski's tough to go up against. They've tried to do that a few times tonight, the Tuatara, and Mazinski is arguably the best interior defender in the competition. Shot clock at 14. Pride with some space, deep two. That's off. Saints come again.
Good tempo here from Caslow Evans Jr. pushing it. Good decision.
He's just a handful, isn't he?
No, he had Charlie Pride back pedaling, and he just got in there, got contact, and get to the basket. Easy two, easy free throws here for, well, should be. Caslow Evans Jr. at the line, shooting two.
He's 2 of 4 from the Chemist Warehouse in this one, so
he'll make that one.
There you go.
There you go.
Make that 3 of 5. Of course, every made shot from the Chemist Warehouse stripe in season 2025. Chemist Warehouse donating some money to Hoops in Parks and Hoops in Schools across New Zealand. Big thank you to Chemist Warehouse. Evans Jr. splits the pair. Margin at 13. Tuatara on the drive takes a bump. And speaking of adding some money to the pot, he's got the chance to do that right now. Boy Tuatara, capable of the exciting, isn't he?
Yeah. I would have liked to see him curl cut around that pin down, and he would have got it right at the rim. But he came right out on a straight cut and then caught it and went to the basket. So just a little adjustment on those turnouts for the Tuatara.
Cam Glidden and Luther Muhammad having a chat. Next 3 for the Saints. They've got the Fire here in the capital on the road to the Hawks next up, and then the Rams here at home. What a game that'll be heading into the playoffs.
Oh, that's a late call.
So foul is being called there on Hiram Harris. Aaron Young watching on. Was a late call.
Cam Glidden calling out.
I think the Barter Card officials were just saying, hey, better late than never on that call. Vodanovic at the stripe now. He puts the first one down. Yeah, the Saints and the Rams could go into the playoffs in the top 2 positions and could play each other the week leading in.
Yep.
In the last regular week of the season, a miss there for Vodanovic. Lowe gets it back. And now Riley. Lowe runs into Harris once, twice, and the second time is deemed an offensive foul. Rob Lowe takes the chance to bend down and tie up the laces and have a chuckle. There's the second one. Well, he had great position, Hiram Harris. I guess it's just a case of whether the contact was enough, but there has been so much going on the floor, in front of us, around us. It's just a night for constant talk between the players, the officials, the coaches. It's all been happening. And now there's an offensive foul. That'll go against
Dougal Mita.
Yeah.
Put his hand out, pushed the Riley in the chest, and that's an easy call.
GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Can he get a good look of it here?
Coach Aaron Young really unhappy about that one because the Tuatara could come within single digits here.
Dougal Meter and Riley have tangled many times already, haven't they?
Yeah.
Here's Riley for three. They need that. Mazinski another rebound, dominating the boards tonight. He's up to 7. Marshall.
Riley trying to blow that hand out. Hand off up.
If anything for the Tuatara, Marshall's still on 19, so they have held him up in this third quarter.
Step through.
He looked like a lot of steps as well.
Yeah, and he's, you know, Cam Glennon wanted the 3 seconds.
I thought he lifted his pivot foot. I think that's what Cam Glennon was asking for. Nick Marshall's first points of this third quarter. Vidanovic, good defense. Nartai, Fortu is there to finish it off. So Dan Fortu is starting to have a bit of a presence tonight as well. 10 points for him. Great defense from Nartai there, and Dougal Meter with another foul. And now 4-2 with the bonus.
Should bring it back to 10.
And it does. So they're hanging in there right now. Got to get some stops though, the Tuatara. Marshall. Gold on the drive. Had Mazinski underneath. Went it alone. Thought he was going to set Big Nick up there. Tuach. Vidanovic wants it inside and holding on for dear life. Sam Gold. He's plucked for the foul, and that's going to put the Tuatara to the Chemist Warehouse. They're in the bonus for the next 5.5, so this is going to be really interesting. They've got to keep attacking, and I think that's what Cam Glidden is saying. Got to keep attacking here.
They've just got to be aggressive. They can't settle for jump shots. Try and get in the lane, get some contact. And they're going straight to the line. So.
And you can tell who the court leader of the Tuatara is, Luther Muhammad, because again he's on the sidelines having a chat with Cam Glidden. They come together as often as they can. And some made baskets there.
Down 8.
Can they get another stop? Mazinski. Nartai.
Here he comes.
Back to the big centre. Mazinski on Vidanovic. Shot clock down to 7. Nartai the target. Found a way there. 4-2. Did well. And look at this. Muhammad up and going now. Reaches goal from behind. It's a foul.
Yeah, I might have to agree with the official there. He might have got him across the head.
I'll tell you who doesn't agree with the official. About 4,000 people. We're going to get the replay. That's the benefit for everyone out there watching on. Ooh. Well, how did you see it, Natu? Where's the foul?
Across the arm, maybe. On that view, it looked like across the arm, forearm.
All right, well, in between shots here, we're going to look at it again. Okay, here we go. Let's have a quick look. Different angle here. Oh, yeah, yes. Definite foul. Definite foul. So, despite the 4,000 boos in stadium, the one man who was in the corner of the Bartercard officials is sitting beside me, Natu Tafala. You called it with the naked eye and said, yep, that's a foul. And on that second angle, you are spot on. Guess what? We're back to 6. Marshall. 19 in the first half, just the 2 in this quarter.
Nice short roll. Mazinski with a nice short roll. Great finish, great pass from Marshall.
4th assist of the game for Nick Marshall. Riley up over Mazinski for 2. So things just opening up the last couple of minutes. Nartai to the corner. Marshall loves a baseline drive. He's forced high here. Hands it back to Nartai.
It's just, again, Comes off that screen, gets into the lane. Nice pass from Tatai for an easy finish.
Prince of Porirua.
Yeah, they got to
Riley, Tuach on the drive. Marshall, Mazinski both there.
Nice
and he
finish.
finds a way over the top.
their left hands. Euro step, slowing it down and finishing with the left hand. Here comes the
Evans Jr. Yes!
and one.
Oh, some serious spin on that. Caslow Evans
And
Jr.
He's starting to grow in confidence, and it's great to see. You know, he's just playing well, just attacking the basket.
Well, he had a little look there, didn't he, for Sam Gold, who was creeping in from the far corner.
Yeah.
You just see him have a glance and at the last second thought, no, I'm going to go it alone here. And, gee, it was a good decision. Watch this. He just has a glance here on the drive right there and then says, nah, I'm right here. Caslow Evans Jr., 11 points now. He has really stepped it up in the absence of Isaiah Liafa. Good signs for Aaron Young and his team. Tuach. He was fouled down low there. And he'll head off to the Chemist Warehouse. And there's a technical foul against the Saints as well. So the foul is on Sam Gold. I reckon the T might be on Nick Marshall. It is. So here's the replay. It's going to be down low, riding the hip.
Yeah, right in the hip. There's contact there.
Nick Marshall's picked up the tee. So
I warned you 3 times.
we're going to get Mohammed at the Chemist Warehouse for the first here. This is the technical foul. That's down. And now Boy Tuach will step up for the 2. And while all of that was happening, there was a running dialogue right in front of us between Cam Glidden and was it Hayden Pipe?
Hayden Pipe.
Got a little bit heated as well. Hayden Pipe's already teed up Coach Glidden tonight. So Nick Marshall gets the tee. Tuach has got 2. There's the first. Here comes the second. And that goes down as well. So margin back to 6.
2 staggers.
Marshall off the technical foul. Can't land the 3.
Great execution for the Saints. They just did knock that shot down, but Tuatara now.
Saints have got to be clean defensively here.
Offensive foul. Oh, block.
And it is.
Okay.
Caslow Evans Jr. with the block. And it's going to put Tuach back to the stripe.
Timeout Saints.
64% on the season. Boy Tuach from the Chemist Warehouse stripe coming into this one tonight. He's 2 of 3. And when we come back after the timeout, in fact, he's 3 of 4 in this game. When we come back after the timeout,
He'll be back at the line.
he will be there. 3:22 to play. Oh, here we go. So this is right in front of us. There's you, Natu, in the background. We're watching on. Look at this. Here's the chat. Some finger pointing. Oh, I don't know whether Cam was happy with the answer that he got. I don't know that he was that happy.
Cam's already got 1 technical foul.
Yeah, got to be careful. Got to be careful. Next 3 games for the J Cup Auckland Tuatara. They've got the Sharks at home next week. Giants away.
Yeah.
Jets at home. None of those games are easy.
None of the games are easy. I guess for all the top 9 teams, no games are easy.
Look, it's very, very easy to remember last year and past years when you're in the present moment.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I can remember a season in my time here that's been as close as this.
Yeah, I think neither can I. I can't recall even the years I was with the Jets. I think this year, 9 to 10 teams who could basically be in the top 6.
I think the first season I got here, 2019, the top 4 was known after about 2 weeks. So it's definitely changed for the better over the years, hasn't it? All the way down to the Giants in 10th. They are still a legitimate chance to make the final 6 this season. What an incredible comeback it would be if they do
absolutely.
for Mike Fitchett and his team. They beat the Nuggets by 14 last night. They win their next 3, the Giants. I actually think they'll make it if they win their next 3. I do. I think they'll make it. Because their points percentage is so good because of the Rapid League. Boy, Tuatara gets the cheers of the crowd. Coming up well short on that free throw. Just looking at the Giants ahead while I talk about it. I'll tell you who they've got coming up. They've got the Airs on the road. They've got the Tuatara at home. And they've got the Sharks at home, as in down in Nelson.
Yeah.
So you look at those 3 games for the Giants. Airs 50-50. Tuatara 50-50. Sharks 50-50. That's the season that's unfolding. Harris to Marshall. Look at Mohammed.
Mohammed's
right in there, isn't he? Up in his grill. A battle. Marshall over the top. Right on the buzzer, Nick Marshall.
That's great defense and better offense.
It's hard to complain as a coach, isn't it? Pride. He fires from distance. 3 of 7 shooting for him tonight. Margin at 8. Harris has missed a couple of 3-point attempts, takes it inside off the glass, adds another 2. Back-to-back baskets for the Saints. And they extend back out to 10. Mohammed, well, he had cover in front of him from low the whole way there. It was almost as if
from low
he was just the scout out in front, wasn't he? That's come off the foot of Harris. And Pride scores. So just like that, back-to-back baskets for the Tuatara. They get it back to 6 again. Harris, Mazinski, Nartai. Some indecision here from the Saints. Let's see if they get something late again. It's in the right set of hands. Marshall, up, in. So good, Nick Marshall.
He's on fire. Again, you know, allowing him to get to that his strong hand. He's really good at finishing with that strong hand.
He's got 25, 2 chances, 11 for him. Chemist Warehouse stat sheet just ticking over at pace. Nick Marshall's last 2 baskets have both been on the buzzer. Let's not forget he hit a 3 on the buzzer earlier tonight as well.
He looks pretty gassed at the moment.
Harris, Nartai.
Nice screen by Mazinski.
The time in the world.
Yeah, great pass, a great screen by Mazinski.
Nartai with the big triple. It's as if the world around him had stopped. Mohammed on the drive, up he goes. Luther Mohammed. Foul is going to be on Dougal Meter. That is foul number, I think it's going to be 4 for him. Evans Jr.'s got 4 fouls as well, so that's crept up. And Sam Gold's got 4. So, plenty of fouls for the Saints this quarter, yeah. Luther Mohammed with the bonus here.
Marshall getting a breather too. He looked really gassed in that last position.
Nails that. So yet again, we've gone from 6 to 10 to 6 to 10, back to 6. Dying stages of this third quarter. Dougal Meter. Nartai and Mohammed. Opens it up for Harris. Cop the bump underneath from Lowe. No whistle. Lowe outlet. Muhammad. Luther Muhammad. All the way to the hoop for two.
Muhammad again.
Takes the contact.
This is where he's dangerous in transition and on the go. You know, he's really good at searching for seams and getting in the lane. And there, that was a great finish.
As the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, Ngatai didn't do a lot wrong. Muhammad to the stripe
Technical
for
foul.
the bonus. Is it a T?
T on Ngatai as well.
So I was just having a look at the stat sheet while that unfolded, and you're right. So now Jordan Ngatai with the T. So we've seen Nick Marshall teed up this quarter. Ngatai teed up this quarter. Cam Glidden earlier tonight teed up. I did say there was a lot going on. A miss there on the technical foul. By the way, we've been talking about Nick Marshall on 25 and how well he's played. Luther Muhammad's up to 23. Is Ngatai still having a chat?
This is Luther Muhammad time.
Oh,
Third quarter and fourth quarter. So he's starting to heat up now.
He's been good this quarter.
Yep.
Puts that away.
3-point game.
Saints bench watching on. Muhammad up to 24. Just 10 seconds to play in this third. Saints looking for something late. Evans Jr. for three. Short, low, rebound. Oh, Wilkie was the outlet. Bounced off him, opened it up for Ngatai. Oh, hail the Prince. Jordan Ngatai with the buzzer beater. The second buzzer-beating triple of the night for the Saints. They lead by 6. Back in a moment.
Give it up for Liam, ladies and gentlemen. Who wants to see McGilla try? Surely. Come on, McGilla. Show us how it's done, McGilla. Come on, McGilla. Well, at least he tried. He's got energy, though. He's got energy. 3 quarters done and dusted, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to need each and every one of you to get loud for our theme in that final quarter. We've got a game on our hands.
Welcome back to the capital tonight. Mills Albert Saints leading the Jade Cup Tuatara 82-76. Love a buzzer beater. We've seen Marshall deliver one and we've seen Ngatai deliver another. Big basket to end the third quarter. And we've got a 6-point margin yet again. Chemist Warehouse stats, Natu. 13 fouls for the Saints in that third quarter. 4 for the Tuatara. Mazinski, block number 3, hammers it away. Harris on the move. Evans Jr. gave up the 3, sends it out to Ngatai, back to back. No, Mazinski. What a start for the Saints in this last quarter.
For the fourth quarter, they needed to get going.
Mazinski, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. That was block number 4, by the way. Muhammad in and out. Tuatara need to hang tough here. Saints looking to open them up early. Evans Jr. nowhere to go. Doesn't
Left
matter.
hand hook.
Just does not matter. How about this young man tonight?
He's up to 13 tonight. Great Great
really
game
good.
from
Lowe gave up the
up the
three.
three.
Mazinski in the lane as he exits the court. And I reckon there's a guy sitting in a seat down there. And I thought for a split second, he just had nothing but fear in his eyes as Nick Mazinski
was
charged through. It was light at the end of the tunnel stuff. Rob Lowe.
missing the three.
Tough night for him.
Yeah, it's been tough for him.
6 points, 9 rebounds for Lowe. Nartai. Harris wants it down low. He's got this matchup with Muhammad. Gets on the drive, on the reverse underneath. Rob Lowe held his ground. Tuatara come up with it. And now Muhammad up quickly.
Pride for three. He
finally
gets one to go.
So a big basket there for the Tuatara. And we've seen Charles Pride a few times this season get hot quick, especially from deep. So keep an eye on that. Confidence boost there for him. Nartai surrounded, Mazinski open. Rebound Harris, so strong. Had it knocked out of his hands by Vodanovic. Pilcher getting some burn for the Saints. Evans Jr., shot clock at 5. Goes searching. Wilkie definitely fouled him there. No whistle. Got to put it up now. He's going to be short. Didn't get it off in time. Can't complain that he didn't get the countdown. His entire team on the sideline was screaming out. Speaking of screaming out, if you're hungry, get on the cells. 25% off any large pizza this week. It's available till next Tuesday. That is worth screaming for.
Great pass from Lowe.
Great basket, Luther Muhammad.
5-point game.
He's got 26 now, Muhammad. Harris on the charge, a block, Rob Lowe. Here they come, the Tuatara, starting to feel it. Wrapped up mid-court, and I don't know that Nick Mazinski made a play on the ball then. He might be in trouble here. No, just a common foul. Tuatara understandably wanted something different. Have a look at it. Okay. He's got long arms. Maybe we'll give him that one. He was reaching from a long way away, but he has got long arms. As I said, the Saints plucked for 13 fouls in the third quarter. There's Vodanovic inside.
Good recognition with the switch in it. Gave Vodanovic the isolation inside, mismatch.
They've got a bit of confidence at the moment, the Tuatara. Harris, corner, Arthur Pilcher. No, can't put it away. Hit a game winner in the Sky Broadband Rapid League tonight, Arthur Pilcher. Almost from that same spot, actually. Now he gets it, gets on the drive, inside, outside. Nartai set. Can't put it away. They're coming, aren't they?
Yep, they're coming.
Muhammad. They can level it up here. Vodanovic. Down it goes for an 86 apiece. Vodanovic with the triple. 19 in the game for him. And we are all tied up.
Nick Marshall getting ready to check back into the game.
Yeah, they need him back in there. They've turned it over. Here they come again. 2-on-1. Pilcher scurrying back to help out. Pride. Pilcher over the back. Commits the foul. Pride to the Chemist Warehouse. But this is a team that's got some confidence here now. I reckon we may get, I was going to say a timeout for the Saints. It is. Timeout for the Saints. MVP tonight. Wow. Have a look at that. Keslow Evans is, he's got some fans out there, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's played really well tonight. You know, to come in and play. How many minutes has he played? He's up to 23 minutes, which is the more minutes that he's ever had before. And to lead this group, get them into their stuff, get them into their sets. He's done a really good job. And to defend a guy like Muhammad. youngster's done a great job tonight.
Yeah, 13 points for Caslow Evans Jr. getting the start. Mind you, I think Nick Marshall's going to bump up from that 7%. He's got 25 points. He's been outstanding. I reckon Luther Muhammad might jump up from that 2% as well. Tuatara fans will start piling in on him. 26 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks for Muhammad so far. Give us your vote. Scan that QR code. Fun and free. Who is your game MVP tonight? We're all tied up. The Saints' biggest lead tonight, 14, and I reckon they've led by 10 about 10 times. That's what it feels like. Official stats partner of the NZNBL, Chemist Warehouse, coming your way tomorrow here on Sky Sport. Hawks and the Airs in the afternoon. Looking forward to heading up there for that one in the Hawks, in the Bay, Hawks Bay at home. Casey Frank joining me for that, and Andrew Mulligan and Lindsay Tate will look after you tomorrow night with the Sharks and the Bulls. What a contest that'll be. Pride.
Tuatara lead.
Unbelievable.
They're finally there. They finally got a lead.
Last quarter for the Tuatara at the moment, 11-4. Make that 12-4. Looking good. Out by 2 now. All of a sudden, the Saints need to respond. Marshall back on the floor, doubled here up high.
That's better by Rob Lowe. That's much better by the Tuatara with that hard show with Rob Lowe.
Low right there on Nartai, and look what it means to Jordan Nartai.
Yeah, he's pumped.
Lot of emotion there. Tied back up again at 88 apiece. Lots of energy in the building tonight. Muhammad deep 2, in and out.
In and out.
Saints with a chance to retake the lead. Crowd on the edge of their seat. Mazinski, Harris, Evans Jr. It opens up for him, and reaching in
was Tommy V. That's 2 shots.
Vodanovic across the arm. Evans Jr. to the stripe, 4 of 7 at the Chemist Warehouse tonight. For Evans Jr. He's done a fair bit of shopping.
Yep.
Look at that, just opened up.
Yeah,
saw it, he said, yep.
Just...
Still got 80% on the MVP, this man. What a story that would be. Gets the start tonight with Isaiah Liafa out. He might pick up the game MVP, according to the viewers. Splits them. Saints by 1. Here's Muhammad. He's had a good night, 26. You just feel like he's on track for a 30-piece. Low to the corner. Pride has already nailed 1 triple. Marshall with the rebound. Rebound number 2 for him. And we've got a technical foul. This time it's going to be on Tom Vodanovic.
Tom Vodanovic.
So that's his 4th foul. Clearly he was saying something to the officials coming down the court. Gee, there's been some text tonight.
What, that's 1, 2, 3, 4th tech foul tonight.
So Marshall will take the shot. Cam Glidden's just asking, what is going on? Marshall misses. Well, we've been talking about the chat all night, haven't we? It's been non-stop. It really has. And we've had 4 technical fouls. 2 against each team. And we've got a 1-point game. Marshall.
Back to Marshall.
Mazinski sets the screen. Marshall wants Mazinski inside. There's some holding on. This is going to be against Rob Lowe, I think. They were tangled up. 3rd team foul on the Tuatara. The Saints have 2. 4:39 to play. All of a sudden, there's just a bit of a hush in here. Marshall to Harris. Harris to Nartai. Yes! Jordan Nartai!
Good decision. Great decision there from Hiram Harris.
The Prince is rising. He wants the throne. Pride to answer. Well short. 4-2 rebound. Back out Muhammad. They reset. Down by 4. Low, straight into the body of Mazinski. Mazinski fouls him hard, and it is on. It is on. Rob Lowe did not like that attention. One little bit. You want spice?
That was.
Welcome to the Cells NBL. Bardican officials have a chat. Yeah, it was. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Down heavy, and there you go. It's on.
Yeah, I think Marty caught a unsportsmanlike there.
Let's wait and see what happens. Well, Rob Lowe, he did give a shove there. One thing that can't happen here, Rob Lowe does not want to foul because he'll be out of the game.
Yeah.
So Rob Lowe did give a shove. Let's have a look at the replay again. And just watch the shove right at the end. This might be what they're talking about. There's the foul, no doubt about the foul. Here's the exception, and there's the push. So, an unsportsmanlike on Mazinski. That's why we're going to get the 2. Remember I said moments ago there's a hush here?
Yeah, now
there's no longer a hush. Second one goes down. And this crowd is right into it now. Margin back to 3. Possession Tuatara. Off that unsportsmanlike foul. Muhammad. 4-2. Great hand by Marshall. And now the Saints come. They score here. Wait for the crowd.
Yeah. Here comes the Jordan Nata. It's going to heat up.
He's got 23.
Yeah, 1-2 punch. Marshall and Nata.
4-2. Backing down Marshall. 4-2. Can't put it away. There's a late call. Knock on the head. And I reckon that's the right call as well.
Yep.
It's going to be on Mazinski. Just looked like he copped him on the head, and you're always going to get the whistle if that happens.
That's his 4th too. Is that his 4th? Yeah, 4th foul.
So Natai has 4, Gold has 4, Dougal Meter has 4, Evans Jr. has 4, Mazinski has 4. For the Tuatara, Vodanovic has 4, Lowe has 4. So there's 6 players, sorry. Make that 7 players in the game with 4 fouls. There's the knock on the head late. 2 from 2 from the Chemist Warehouse. For Dan 4-2.
Back to 3.
3.5 to play.
I'm keen to see what the Saints run here.
Natai has dominated this last quarter.
Back.
Marshall, Evans Jr. Shot clock at 6. Marshall, someone's got to help defensively here. Oh, taken away. Muhammad, 3-on-2 to Pride. Spinning, runs into trouble, gives it back to 4-2.
Great defensive play there from Muhammad. Stayed within his cylinder, stayed straight up and just took it off Marshall.
Harris to Mazinski, deep 2, short. Tuatara a chance to take the lead. Muhammad. Pride gives it up. Rob Lowe
for 3.
There's a 3.
The trail.
And he let Nick Mazinski know all about it. Tuatara take the lead, up by 2, 96-94.
Gapping the...
Natai is fouled by Tuach.
Natai's really clever here. He just he engaged that contact with Tuach, and Tuach needed to step off and give him some space. But here is the Rob Lowe 3.
Yeah, look at that. He's done that so many times. And he went straight to Mazinski. Both teams in the bonus here, by the way, now. Harris. And leaning in, Dan Fortucci. That is a really soft foul.
Both teams in the bonus, is it?
Yeah, they are. Yep.
Yep. So
I was about to
Harris to the
say,
line.
fouls may decide this game. Dan Fortu, it was such a gentle lean in as well. Could be telling. 1 of 1 from the stripe tonight for Harris. Yes. 73% on the season at the Chemist Warehouse. Hiram Harris, 4-2 with the foul. That's his third. And Harris makes that. Timeout. Tuatara call the timeout. 96 apiece. 2:22 to play. Both teams in the bonus. And
it's a good timeout. Well, I think it's a good timeout from Campbell, and just get his charges settled, and then get a set offense, get a good score. You come down on this possession, and then start, also deciding, getting some words in about how they're going to defend the next play.
Foul.
Yeah.
How do you see that? I mean, you've played the game, you've coached the game.
In a game like this, I wouldn't have called that, honestly. That's just, they've been pushing all game. They've been shoving and...
Just not a lot in that. Caslow Evans Jr. leading the MVP race still, 81%. That's a big lead, by the way, 81%. He's got some fans out there, hasn't he, Caslow? Yeah. Gee, you don't want to go away for the next 2:22. Strap yourselves in. This is going to be big. Second plays fourth.
Here we go. Let's see what the Tuatara come up with. Let's see what Cam Glidden's Tuatara team is going to run this up against.
Casey Frank in recent weeks has been talking about the fact that 9 wins will probably get you in the finals this season. Tuatara win this game. That's their 9th win of the season. So
Saints come with a 2-2-1 full court press. Yeah, yes. They're in it. They're in it. They're just taking the Tuatara out of their seat.
Gone big, the Saints as well. Gone big. Muhammad to Pride. 4-2 wants it down low on Harris. Shot clock at 7. 4-2's got to go at 5. At 4, Mazinski got a hand on it. They've got to get a shot up. Lowe's got to go. Lowe does go. Hits the front of the rim. They're going to get it back.
Yeah, Muhammad.
Gee, Rob Lowe heads up play. He knew what was going on then. Muhammad has some space over Mazinski. Mazinski, another block.
Great block by Mazinski.
That is block number 5. Block number 5.
That could be the play of the game for the Saints. That could be the play that wins the game for the Saints.
90 seconds to play. Marshall dominated the first half. Has only had 6 points in the second half. Mazinski back to Marshall. Shot clock at 1. Got to get it up. Won't get it up.
Good defense to Tuatara, Rob Lowe and Dan Fortu.
So a critical stop. I mean, you talk about the Mazinski block at one end. How about the defense at the other?
Yeah, great.
96 apiece. Both coaches up and about.
I have a feeling that Muhammad's looking to go.
Plenty of time left for both teams. BNZ player timeouts alive as well. Pride to 4-2, similar to the last set. 4-2. Held up there. Goes! Can't put it in. Tuach had it, lost it. Pride keeps it in. No, he doesn't. Foot on the line. Saints get it back.
Great on the Saints.
Nothing in this contest. 4-2, clean shot, in and out. Tuach, watch Pride's foot right there.
Right there, right on the line.
Anyone's game. This is why we love the Sal's NBL. Every contest up for grabs. Harris missed it, so too Mazinski. Tuatara
to take the lead.
They survive again.
Strong.
Muhammad.
Strong on ball. Here comes Lowe. Lowe will be coming. Here he comes.
Uses the time. Now on Mazinski. Was there a foul? No whistle. Harris comes down with it. Misses at both ends. BNZ play a timeout.
Calls a player timeout.
20 seconds to play. They're going to advance here. QR code on screen. Maybe one of the biggest BNZ player timeouts of the season.
Are we going to overtime?
Ticket to the big game, scan away, come and join us at the NZNBL, and you can be treated to what this is all about. We've seen it tonight. Grab your mates and come and join us. 20 seconds to play. BNZ player timeout. Advanced ball. Shot clock will drop to 14. And what we know, therefore,
is that
the Tuatara are going
to get the ball back.
They're going to get the ball back.
They, you know, if the Saints score.
Well, and provided the Tuatara don't foul either. Although, mind you, we're in the bonus. So 96 apiece. 20 seconds to play. Marshall. Mazinski with some space. Can't finish. Rebound.
Yeah, player timeout.
And a BNZ player timeout. Gee, I'll tell you what, if you're not aware of this innovation that we play here in New Zealand called the BNZ player timeout, you have just, you've just seen what it's all about.
Yeah, it's great for the game, the drama in it as well. You know, everyone's sitting waiting. What are they going to do?
Can't sub, can't go to the benches, coaches can't get involved. It's only about the players on the court. And out of the BNZ player timeout, the team advances the ball. They get one apiece per half. Only the offensive team can call it. And now with 11 seconds left, tied up at 96 apiece, shot clock turned off. The Tuatara get a chance to win this game. Saints can't foul. They're going to use the time. It's going to be about one shot. It's going to be about Muhammad. It's going to be about Boy Tuatara. Oh, no, it doesn't go down. We're going to overtime. How did that miss? Gee whiz. What a game tonight. A Saturday special in the NZNBL. Overtime coming your way. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. This was to win the game. Boy Tuach in the corner. They had the chance out of the player timeout. Here we go. This was it. How did that miss? Look at Rob Lowe. Oh, nail biter. What an emotional game this is.
We got overtime, folks.
What a contest. 4 technical fouls.
This has had it all. Technical fouls, unsportsmanlike fouls.
BNZ player timeouts. I'll tell you what we need to look for here during overtime. Here's what we need to look for. Gold, Nartai, Dougal meter. There's another shot of that last shot. Oh, how did that miss?
How did that
Gold, Nartai, Dougal meter, Evans Jr., Mazinski, all on 4 fouls. Lowe, Vidanovic also have 4 fouls.
I get a feeling that the referees might be a little bit more conservative this quarter and put their
whistles away. Jeez, you wouldn't want to say that to Dan Fortu.
No, mate.
Well. Worth staying up late for on a Saturday night.
Yeah, it's been a great game. And this is what we're going to see in the next 3 or 4 weeks. Games like this that are close.
It's been this sort of season.
Yeah.
It really has. So Saints to start with possession. By the way, each team gets a BNZ player timeout in overtime. So keep an eye on that again. Here we go. 96-96, might as well be 0-0. Hope you're enjoying it. Justin Nelson, Natu Tafale with you. Hello to everyone in the US on ESPN and right around the world on FIBA YouTube. And of course, right here, your home of basketball, Sky Sport. Turnover, slippery ball. The Molten slips out of the hands of Marshall. Turnover there for the Saints.
To the second side.
4-2, nice. Low, good setup. And another block for Mazinski. That is block number 6.
Great block from Mazinski.
So opening chances for both teams. 6 blocks tonight for Mazinski. Nartai, big baskets in the 4th quarter. He's got 23. Oh, late call here. I think it's going to be on 4-2. No, foul is on Tuatara. I actually didn't see him come into it then. So Boy Tuatara with the foul. He's now got 4 as well. And it's going to put Jordan Ngatai to the Chemist Warehouse. Oh, yeah, Tuatara has come in. Yeah, my mistake. Having a chat with Nick Marshall. I do appreciate the fact that you can get nearly a minute into overtime, tied ball game, drama, spice, and you've got a couple of players out there on opposing teams having a laugh and a chat between them.
Too heavy on that second shot. Saints by 1, 97-96. He's filthy with himself. Jordan Ngatai, he knows he should have made that one.
Mohammed. 4-2, catch and shoot. Oh, trains it.
Big shot, big shot.
Massive shot for Dan, 4-2. And it never looked in doubt, did it? Marshall on the attack now.
Again, that left hand drop. Great drive.
4-2's got 18 off the bench tonight. Tuatara keeps it short. Pride should finish it off.
Great follow.
And we've got to stop here because down behind play at the other end.
Nick Marshall's down.
Yeah, whilst all the
down.
action was happening, we were watching the ball and he's got a cramp. That's why he's down. Lower left leg.
No, it could be more than that.
No,
Yeah,
it's a cramp. It's a cramp. Yep, Nick Marshall helped back to his feet. There's the drive. And again, you're right, off that left once again.
Great left hand.
Cramp straight away. And that's...
No, that's more than a cramp.
Well, he's headed off.
He's headed off. He's
maybe just for some attention. I didn't see a trainer go out to him. We did have to stop the game for him, so maybe that's the reason why. Casey Frank's the master of rules amongst the commentary team. He might be able to let us know.
Calf injury.
101.99.
Anyway, we're back to the action.
Evans Jr.
Here comes
Ngatai.
You can't go underneath Ngatai.
Jordan Ngatai. 27.
You can't go under the screen. You've got to go over the top. You've got to follow. You've got to shoot tail.
4 triples. Tuatara gives up the outside shot.
This is it.
And look at this, Saints by 1. Just over 3 to play in overtime. Harris. Gold to Evans Jr. Mazinski to Ngatai. Marshall sits. Ngatai!
He's on fire.
Oh, the Prince.
He's doing it. He's doing it. He's up to 30. Jordan Ngatai's on 30.
The crowd are bowing to the Prince tonight. Mohammed, corner, low, 3. What a game of basketball. 105-104.
What a tough pass Mohammed made under pressure on that baseline.
Gee, Rob Lowe's come up with a couple of big threes as well, hasn't he? Boy, Tuatara is just tracking Ngatai everywhere. Ngatai goes back inside to his left, can't finish. Low with the rebound, they got runners here. Mohammed down by 1, 2 minutes to play. Overtime. Low straight into the ankles of Tuatara. Low thought he was fouled by Harris. Turnover. Tom Vodanovic about to come back into the play for the Tuatara. He's had a big night as well, Tommy V. 19. He's got 4 fouls. That's why he's been sitting. Marshall continues to sit. Ngatai doing it all right now.
Good box out from Dan Fortu.
And Tommy V about to step back in for 4-2. Here's the replay.
Fortu's been big in the fourth quarter and the overtime quarter. So
is Nick Mazinski lucky there? We saw, I think, Dan Fortu called for a foul reaching in over the top and a rebound earlier tonight. I reckon Mazinski was very lucky. And that would have been his 5th had that been called. Just see if we've got GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. In fact, we're going to be able to go to it because we've got a timeout for the Tuatara. Just watch Mazinski on the rebound here, hand on the shoulder. Watch this.
Yeah.
Holding the arm back. He's a little bit lucky based on what we saw called earlier.
Yeah. Like
So-
I told you, didn't I say they're
you
going to
did.
be conservative?
Yeah.
They're going to put their whistles away.
Whistles will go away. You're right. You did
business
say
end.
that. Rightio, MVP Evans Jr. continues to lead ridiculously, by the way. And here we go, 1:31 to play in overtime tonight. Saints by 1. Dare I say it, you fancy double overtime?
Possibility, a possibility.
We have had a double overtime game here earlier this season. In fact, it was right back at the start of the season between the Saints and the Airs.
Yeah.
It was a double overtime game. Tell you now, Cam Glidden would be happy with the way his team has fought tonight. They were down by as much as 14. They got down by 10 probably 6 or 7 times. And they have just hung tough.
Yeah.
Chemist Warehouse stat sheet, Jordan Nartai, 30 points in the game. Nick Marshall has 27. Be interesting to see if Nick Marshall comes out from this time out. Hiram Harris, 17 points, 10 rebounds. Mizinski, 12 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 6 blocks
6 blocks.
for Mizinski.
Big time.
Marshall is back on the floor, by the way. Muhammad has 26.
Big time.
Vodanovic has 19. Lowe, 13 points, 14 rebounds. Charles Pride up to 15. Down 4-2, 18 points off the bench tonight.
Yeah.
Here we go. 90 seconds to play. Both teams in the bonus. Both teams
That
have their
could have been a
BNZ
foul.
player
That could have
timeout.
They're really putting the whistles away now.
Vodanovic on Gold. Gold got a hand on it. Vodanovic couldn't
Great
get it back.
defensive by Gold. Great defensive effort.
4 blocks tonight for the Tuatara. 7 now for the Saints. Mizinski has 6 of those. Tuatara need to get a stop. Mizinski floats it up, left it short.
Short. He's been short on those floaters.
Now Tuat's on the drive. No. Had the glass there to use. Just got stuck under the backboard, didn't he? Open layup.
Tuatara, both teams have their player timeouts.
Tuat's maybe
Saints up
should.
one.
Tuat's maybe should have got on the reverse then.
Yeah.
Getting stuck underneath. Saints by 1. Shot clock at 6. Harris has got to go at 3. Oh, taken out of his hands by Tuat. Nartai trailing. Tuat puts it down. Tuatara lead. Timeout called by the Saints. 18.9. And that was all about defense.
Oh,
all about defense. 106-105.
Just Tuat reading those passing lanes.
Here you go, watch this. Watch Tuat. Right
Great
there.
hands.
And off he goes. Natu just couldn't track him down.
No. Nartai.
Nartai, I should say. Nartai, I should say. First steal of the game for boy Tuat. Gee, came at a good time. 106-105. And now we have to see what the Saints can deliver. Question for you. Do they advance? 18.9. Because if they advance, it drops to 14.
No.
BNZ player timeouts alive. This will be interesting. This will be interesting.
Not advance. I'm keeping it.
Bring it in from the baseline.
Yep, bring it in from the baseline.
So this will be interesting now. What do they do? Do they bring it in from the baseline and play 18.9? Or do they advance?
Oh, they want to advance.
And
no,
leave.
baseline's there.
Yeah, got to be. Got to be.
Good call, Aaron Young.
Yep, got to be.
Thinking on same way. Thinking the same way, mate.
No pressure up the floor here. So the Tuatara are going to let them come up. Oh, actually now a little bit of advanced pressure. Backs away. 16 to play. They got the full use of the clock for the win.
Well blow. It could be a foul.
They want Marshall. Can't foul. Marshall gets a clean shot. Misses it. Lowe with the rebound. Hands it off. They're going to win the game.
Double dribble.
Double dribble
It was. Great call. Great call. But there was only 1 second. I would say there's 1 second at the most.
So Barter card official Marty Davison.
At the most, I would say there's 1 second.
No, there's 0.4. So we'd need to see this again.
He double dribbled when he...
You were right on it.
Great call, Marty Davison.
So double dribble called on the Tuatara. Mind you, I don't know that they're complaining either. So let's have a look. Oh, yes, 100%. 100%. Excellent call from Marty Davison. And out of that, the Saints have 0.4 is going to be the time. 0.4, down by 1, overtime. Now, they're trying to work out whether to have a player timeout or a timeout on the sidelines. The players can't be near the coach if they're going to take a BNZ player timeout, and that's what they're trying to work out.
They just need Jordan Ngatai to call the player.
Well, he hasn't got the ball in his hand, and the clock hasn't gone to 0.4 yet, so that's why there's a stop. They've got to get 0.4 on the clock. There's nothing going to happen until that happens. Forget about who's going to take a timeout. Nothing can happen until there's 0.4 on the clock.
0.4. Saints will be looking for a lob, backdoor lob.
Down by 1. Overtime.
Has to be a lob. Just not enough time to get a shot off.
Saints led by as much as 14. Now something special is needed.
You just got to get your hands up. You know, the Tuatara, they probably will switch every screen, but they've got to be careful on a backdoor lob play.
Well, 0.4, it's not a catch and shoot.
Yeah, it's a backdoor lob. That's when they just got to try to get a lob, a tip.
Still trying to get 0.4 on the clock here. Mind you, the officials do know that it's a tip. So, just on the sidelines, you can see that's the drama at the moment. Gee, it's been a night full of drama, hasn't it? Dougal Meter coming onto the floor. What a game of basketball. Sal's NBL, a Saturday night special.
Marshall, he could be looking at Dougal Meter, and I think he's going to empty out that corner. Marshall set a back pick for Hiram Harris, and they'll lob it for a tip.
Well, I'll tell you who is going to pass the ball in. The tallest player on the court. Nick Mazinski's going to pass it in here. So we're going to look for a lob. That's what it's going to be. Tuatara by 1. They can't get 0.4 on the clock. That's the drama. They can't do it. So the officials are going to control this.
Tuatara got to be careful they don't foul either.
Can't foul. You're right.
They've got to be careful they don't foul.
Here we go. Last play of the game.
The back
Harris! Oh, my! Hiram Harris from the win! That is amazing. Wild scenes in Wellington tonight. Absolutely wild. The Saints have won the game in the most dramatic finish you may have ever seen in the Sal's NBL. What a remarkable performance. Hiram Harris, you are the man. Look at that. That's a game winner for the ages. That is as good as you will see anywhere in the world. Saints take the win. Don't worry about what's on the score. Take that off the screen. The Saints have won it 107 to 106. There it is. Hiram Harris. That is special. That is as good as it gets.
Well, it had to be a catch and shoot or a tip.
What a thriller.
Pick. Great lob pass from Mazinski, of all people.
What an absolute thriller. Overtime tonight. And Hiram Harris lives the dream of every basketballer across the planet. On the buzzer, he wins the game.
I called that, didn't I?
Oh, the emotion, the absolute emotion of it all.
And despair for the Tuatara.
Well, they trudge off the court in front of us.
They did a great job of getting back into the game, and what a contest.
Chemist Warehouse stats, Ngatai with 30, Mohammed with 26. Harris's last two of that 19. The biggest play of the season, the biggest basketball, basket, I should say, of the season. And I've got to tell you, in my second last game here in New Zealand, that is the biggest moment I've seen in my 6.5 years. Chemist Warehouse stats as we continue to roll through them. 6 blocks tonight for Mazinski. Really special stuff. And let's have a look at the steals.
Harris for 3, Natai 2, Gold, Evans, Marshall all with 1. Luther Mahabit had 3, Charlie Pride had 3, Roblo with 2, and Madonovic and Tuatara with 1 each.
Well, this is what all the drama's been about tonight. Yeah. Let's bring up the GJ Gardner Holmes replay. Saints have won 107-106 in overtime, and this is how the game finished. 0.4, and Hiram Harris has lived out every basketballer's dream. Look at that. There he is, the man of the moment. Congratulations to Hiram. Congratulations to the Saints. They win it by 1. Tongues are wagging, and they'll be wagging all weekend long here in the capital. Sal's NBL, super game. This is what's ahead. Hawks in the Airs tomorrow afternoon. Rapid League from 2. Sal's NBL from 3. Sharks and the Bulls tomorrow night from ILT Stadium, Southland. And then make sure you rejoin us on Wednesday night for the Airs and the Giants, the Nuggets and the Rams. I've got to tell you, for all my time here in the capital, I could not have hoped to go out any better than that.
That was fantastic. What a fantastic contest. Both teams. We had fouls. We had technical fouls.
We had overtime, and we had a buzzer beater from Hiram Harris. The kids, they enjoyed that one. Hope you did as well. On behalf of Natu Tafale and all of the Sky Sport team, one for the ages tonight. I reckon Nick Mills is crying.
Yeah.
Tear in the eye. Thumbs up for the Saints. Justin Nelson wishing you all the very best for a Saturday evening. Saints by 1 in overtime. Amazing. What a game. See you tomorrow.